welcome back to another episode of the After Hours podcast. On today's episode, we're bringing you one from Final Bout, our Final Bout 7 trip. This was with Mike Jones. Mike Jones is better known as 224 Racing on Instagram. If you guys have followed him or know of him, he is on Team Gleam from the Midwest, Chicago area. And 224 Racing, he basically used as an archive page for drifting. And I remember when I first found that page, I followed it because it was just so much information about basically early drifting culture and 180SX styling and basically everything that has to do with what we're into here. So I followed that. I ended up meeting him maybe sometime around Final Bout 3 or 4, I want to say. And he's been a good person to know, an awesome friend. But the problem was we never really got to hang out with this guy because we only see them maybe once when we go to Final Bout, and that's it. So I made sure to make a point to have this conversation with him on this trip, and wow, did we not know what we were getting into. This was one of the best podcasts me and Carl have ever done. Not even me and Carl. This is one of the best podcasts me, Carl, Eddie, and Malcolm have ever done. The setup was amazing. Mike and his family were extremely welcoming, just like all the other Midwest guys. We did it in his garage next to the car. You'll see when you watch this, the setting is just perfect. Everything is perfect. He had friends coming by. All the Team Gleam was in and out. We had our friend Eric Ryan, who lives here now. He was over there because he used to live in Illinois. I just can't say enough good things about this. You guys are really going to enjoy this one. And let's just say Carl gets a little emotional within the first 15 minutes. So enjoy. This podcast is sponsored by East Coast Drift School. East Coast Drift School is a driving school focused on learning the art of drifting. Conveniently located at the greatest drifting facility in the United States, Raceway Park in Englishtown, New Jersey. Raceway Park currently has 3 tracks, so you will have a few options to choose from when setting up your lessons. Chris Knapp, who is part of the Raceway Park family, will be your teacher as he guides you through car setup and technique. If you are more of a seasoned driver, East Coast Drift School is also the place where you can get some extra seat time. Chris allows private track time with no instructing as well, so that you can get some test and tune runs in before that big event or competition you have coming up. Instead of spending the night dodging the police with your boys, consider signing up with East Coast Drift School the next time they release their schedule. Chris releases the schedule on the 16th of every month through Instagram. Make sure to check them out, give them a follow, and shoot over a direct message when you are ready to set up a date. You can find them on Instagram at East Coast Drift School. Chase Bays has been a household name in our industry for over 15 years, supplying us with tons of fluid power products such as power steering cooler kits, oil catch cans, engine oil coolers, hydraulic handbrake kits, and of course, their dual piston brake booster delete kits, which fit a wide variety of vehicles. The core values of Chase Bays is function, simplicity, quality, and aesthetic. All of their products are user-friendly and easy to install, while of course looking the part. The quality of their products has only increased over the years, and now with Front Street Drift Club being a sponsored team of Chase Bays, you can guarantee the products are stress tested as well. I'm currently digging their compact intercooler sprayer reservoir kit. This kit includes a pump and pigtail to wire it up to any switch you want. I've been a big fan of sleek-looking OEM-style intercooler sprayers ever since Subaru had one on the STI, and this kit provides you with what you need to get started. If you need any more info on any of their products, make sure to take a look at their product descriptions. They have some of the most detailed descriptions I've read with tons of information. You can check out Chase Bays products and place your orders directly on our website at FactionMotorsports.com, and make sure to use the coupon code ChaseBaysAfterHours with no spaces to save on checkout. This podcast is also sponsored by Automotive Specialty Wraps. Automotive Specialty Wraps is a company specializing in paint protection film, vehicle wraps, ceramic coatings, and window tinting located in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. Owned and operated by car enthusiasts and drifters, their technicians have over 10 years of experience in the industry. Ceramic coating is one of their specialties and is the service they offer that caught my eye first. In the 60s, NASA and the US military formulated a ceramic coating to be used on spacecraft and planes. This coating would be able to protect them from harsh conditions. Following that, in the early 2000s, ceramic coatings were revamped to be used in the automotive industry. These coatings give your car's paint extra protection while also making it shine. Wax only lasts for a couple of weeks at most, but ceramic coatings last for a year or longer. They perform a full 2-stage polish to the car beforehand to make sure the vehicle is in perfect condition before applying the coating. This service can also be applied to wheels, which would be the best thing you can do to a new set of wheels you just picked up, if you are looking to protect them for years to come. As mentioned, they also offer window tinting and paint protection film installations. Now, everyone knows what window tinting is, but these guys offer carbon or ceramic tinting depending on your needs. Paint protection film, or PPF, is a great idea for those new vehicle owners that want to protect their paint before it gets chipped up driving down the highway. I always suggest having at least the front end done in PPF, like the front bumper, fenders, and hood. ASW is now offering mobile detailing, and this is no basic car wash. It's more of a 2-hour spa session for your car using special soaps designed to extract toxins out of your paint. And the best part is they will come to your house, job, or even our shop when your car is being serviced to get the wash done. From protecting your tow rig's exterior to full livery installations on your drift car, they have you covered. You can contact them at automotivespecialtywraps.com and make sure to mention our podcast. They are currently offering 10% off mobile washes and tinting services for our listeners. Limitless Auto Fab is a fabrication shop and retailer located in Illinois. They produce bash bars and catch cans for a bunch of popular models in the drifting community. We started selling their products earlier this year and have heard nothing but great things since. Limitless bash bars are honestly the industry standard right now. Fabricated from 1.5-inch mild steel tubes, these bars are designed to take the impact of light collisions in order to avoid or minimize damage to your body or frame. My favorite part about these bash bars is that they are designed in a way that helps hold most aftermarket bumpers up at the correct height. Unlike a lot of other aftermarket bars that require you to either weld additional brackets on or install those big foam rubber pieces to raise the bumpers up to avoid bumper sag. This is a huge pet peeve of mine when installing bash bars at the shop, so I'm really glad about this feature. Gone are the days of trying to keep your rusty rear factory crash bar because you are worried about bumper fitment issues with an aftermarket one. Their bars also come with jacking points and optional license plate brackets, so everything you need is right there from the start. Limitless Auto also sells catch cans for a handful of specific models. These cans are built in-house and chassis specific. We have used these cans before in the shop with no issues, and they look great as well. The guys over at Limitless are on social media as well at limitless_auto_fab. So please make sure to check out their Instagram and give them a follow. They post photos of all the drift cars using their products, from Front Street Drift Club to Animal Style. If you are in the market for a bash bar or catch can, make sure to check out their full product lineup on our website, FactionMotorsports.com. This podcast is brought to you by Faction Motorsports. We are an automotive performance shop located in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Our shop is easy to get to from Route 17, 3, and 21. We are also only 15 minutes away from New York City. Faction Motorsports provides services that include, but are not limited to, performance part installations, suspension overhauls, general maintenance, engine installations, tire mounting and balancing, and custom four-wheel alignments with our in-house Hunter alignment machine. We also stock a range of performance products in-house. From AN fittings and gaskets to complete body kits, we try to stock as many parts as we can to provide quick shipping times for our website customers and same-day pickup for locals. Make sure to shoot us an email if you are looking to set up an appointment or if you are looking for a part that is not up on our website. Our email is sales@factionmotorsports.com. We are also on Instagram at Faction Motorsports.
Welcome, everybody, to the Faction After Hours podcast. This is probably one of the most professional setups we've had during this trip. If you watched the Jet Davis one, you'll know what I'm talking about.
I saw the picture.
You saw the picture? Yeah. But we're here at there's a very special car. We had a very special guy. We have Chris. No, I'm just kidding. We have Mike. You might know him as 224 Racing on Instagram, but also from this beautiful S14 right next to us. But thank you, Mike, for having us.
Thank you, guys.
Malcolm, you have the track.
Big fan.
Yeah,
Let's do it right
he's
now.
doing it right
Big
now.
fan.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you said that you were a podcast listener.
Yeah, to you guys.
That's
And
nuts.
some other
That's
ones.
nuts
Okay,
to me because, dude, why would you what?
Carl's like,
Don't downplay yourself.
Carl's like, you have such a nice car. Why would you listen to us?
Yeah, because I sometimes I forget how many cool things our listeners have. Really, like seriously, like
Yeah.
we don't really have that stuff.
Yeah, when I hit you up and I was like, "Oh, you think you would want to do this?" I don't know if I hit you with the normal thing that I usually do. So sometimes I hit people up and I'm like, "So we have this podcast," and they're like, "Yeah, I listen to it,"
Yeah.
but because I don't want to just be like, come on our podcast and then they don't know what the hell's going on.
Well, I don't need you to come on nothing. But seriously, this is kind of nuts because I told you, I didn't really know who, aside from the car
And the team.
and the team,
Yeah.
really who you were. And we really just sat here for an hour BSing, talking about all the stuff that we all have in common. Like, look at all the chopper stuff. I saw it and I was like, yo.
I have a lot of interests.
Dude.
A lot. And I go down like every rabbit hole you can with each interest.
It seems you apply yourself.
Yeah.
And like, it's like a drug addict. Like if you're going to do drugs, they're
Yeah.
going to really do drugs.
Yeah.
For real.
Oh, the execution on everything is
Yeah.
perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Especially your house. It's
Whoa.
very, very.
Yeah, that's all. Kayla's amazing.
Yeah.
She comes up with the ideas and I just make them happen, like
Yeah.
labor stuff.
I walked in there before and Princess was going off about everything.
Yeah.
She was like, "This is perfect. I feel like I'm in an Etsy house."
Etsy. Pinterest. Yeah. Pinterest board.
Pinterest.
I will say for your guys' podcast, it's like the most relatable for the scene I'm interested in U.S. drifting. Like
Yeah.
grassroots stuff, I guess. I don't know.
I try to talk about styled cars a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what's weird is that we have so many. I mean, it doesn't even have to be the same interest, but like it's an interest that I might actually be interested in, and I never knew anything about it until you told me about it just now. Like that's the bike thing. That's a little bit more. That's a little easier. I feel like we would like anything with wheels and a motor.
Yeah.
But the house thing,
Yeah.
you can walk in there. I'm like, dude.
Well,
This
you
is
were
beautiful.
You were saying you want to go to an antique store later, and then we
Yeah.
walk in there and there's
Yeah.
just antiques
Bro,
everywhere.
That's literally, yeah.
Yeah.
It was exactly.
It's
I'm
a
like,
curated antique store.
Yeah.
they're already. You guys have already done all. Like you guys are pros at that. You're like, yeah, you gotta go check these
Yeah,
out.
estate sales. You go right, basically estate sales, because those are like older people that have died and stuff like that,
Yeah.
or have moved on, and all their stuff is left in the house for. Sometimes the house has never been updated. It's all old stuff from 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
And then you find stuff from maybe their parents that they've held on to. So it's like you're going right to the stores, a source. The estate sales, a source. After that, it gets put to like thrift stores and flea markets. Then it gets dispersed elsewhere.
So pretty much every time you go in an antique store, you're buying dead people's stuff.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
got
really-
clothes. I've got all. Yeah, I've got.
Well, you brought those back from when you traveled back from wherever you did, dude. Yeah,
Oh my-
I'm
time
telling you earlier, Mike was standing right there, and the sun was hitting. In Mike's garage,
Oh my
there's a door.
God.
The sun was hitting this area, and I was like, dude, there's no way.
You were just looking into his eyes.
I was. Have you seen him,
Yeah.
dude? You look like Captain America for real.
Thank you.
That's incredible.
I think. Thank you.
Like,
Did you
that-
say old lady say that to you? At
Yeah,
the
like you'll be
grocery
like a
store?
Target line or something like that.
dude? They probably love you, dude.
I mean,
I
that's,
love them back.
goodness.
that's a
What do
compliment.
you think Gleam stands for?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. What is
Yeah, what does
What
Gleam
is the
stand
name Gleam? Like, aside from it being like a cool name. Like,
Well,
it's just-
so how about this? I'll give you these gifts, and then we'll go from there.
dude, how about this? I'll
Okay.
give you something.
All right, this is your podcast. You directed how
Yeah,
you
Oh,
want
really?
it.
Okay.
Dude,
Like,
why did
I got you some gifts.
I know. Look,
I tried getting Frank. I wanted to get some stuff for Frankie. I got him a little gift too.
I'm hard to get gifts for.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I'll give you this.
What is this?
It's a little keychain. It's a pivot shift knob. A little pivot,
Pivot, the
like
brand?
typical
Oh, wow, that's
180
cool.
style stuff.
Yeah.
My friend made
Most
those.
people would think this is a butt plug, but yeah, that's a
you
shift
could
knob.
if you want.
Yeah.
I think
That's
you need
a
bigger.
small one.
Yeah, but
big.
this is this is when you're starting out. No, but yeah,
You gotta warm up to it.
Yeah, the gauges. They measure them in gauges.
that's sick.
I'm just like, you're still kind of warm because there is a bag here.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
said
yeah.
that you got me.
You like the
gifts.
bag?
I'm just confused and just like, why did
you
you
wanna
get us?
open it?
Why did you get us a gift?
Because I appreciate what you guys do a lot. Like,
man, thank
I
you.
don't know how else to word it.
That means so fucking much, dude.
I
Like,
consume it a lot. Like I'm at work making money while listening to you guys. I don't know if that like this is my way of paying back. I guess.
I
don't know.
guess, dude.
cool.
I mean, I'm having.
I never.
You
We
gave me
usually
some
never.
coffee. Like,
Yeah, we usually never think of it like that, but it was funny you say that now because the last night was the first time when I thought about it. I was like, damn, we're kind of doing a lot of shit right now. Like,
Yeah, like for what?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I was like, we're kind of doing a lot of shit right now. I mean, it does help my business in a way because then people are like, oh, I want to support those people because they make these podcasts. You know?
Yeah.
So there's that. But like, I don't know. And then seeing Carl, like, he's like, we got to do another podcast. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, we got a lot. So,
Dude, but I always complain about it.
but he loves doing it.
But then we show up, and I'm like, wee.
Yo,
Dude, I cannot believe.
Sorry, who made this?
My friend Cheyenne.
Oh, okay, because I'm looking at the thing and your car's on there too.
Yeah,
so.
Hip Shake.
Hip Shake. That's cool.
Hipshake.us on Instagram.
Clutch kick only.
Yeah, he's got like Greg style ones. I forgot what else he made, but
Pivot, shift
just
knob.
little trinkets.
Or a butt plug. Yeah.
Just like what Itai had in his 180, which I think
Yeah.
is like one of the
Yeah.
most like.
It is the most iconic shift
Yeah.
knob for drifting, especially. Thank you, man. That's cool.
No problem.
Dude, I cannot believe
There you go,
that,
Carl.
man. Yeah, what is this? I also asked.
This was easy to.
Bro is
he
heavy.
Yeah,
That's heavy.
Bro
would
is
say-
heavy.
there's a bigger one. Open the bigger one first.
There's multiple.
yeah.
Stop. I actually am a good person to get gifts for because unlike Frankie, man,
we
I
have
fucking,
we have similar interests. That's why, and what I do for work,
What do
I've-
you do for work?
I do auto body.
Nah. There's gonna be a gallon of 202 black in here.
No. Is that Toyota Black? What is the
Carl's
bigger one?
bugging out right now.
No, you did not, bro. What is this?
Is that the bigger one or the smaller one?
There's a big one in here,
Yeah,
but
open
there's
the
a
bigger-
smaller box
Yeah.
that I see in here. Dude,
The
no.
bigger one is good.
Am I going to
Open-
cry right now?
No.
I feel like I know what it is.
He got me sanding blocks.
Sanding blocks.
Oh, shit.
I use
Bro,
the-
hold on. Did Diego talk to you?
I messaged him first. I was originally going to get you those, and I said, "Hey, I know you talked to him and you kind of guide him through stuff." I met him. Obviously, we know each other through
Yeah.
Instagram, but I met him at one of the special stages they came up and drove. We were pit next to each other, and so
Dude.
and I know Bryson. I hang out. Yo,
Literally
Oh, wait,
who
Bryson's-
hates? Yeah, who hates him?
Bryson's the one
I'm
that
just
came. We just met him.
saw him
Oh, did you?
this
Yeah,
morning.
he's super cool.
And he
super
listened
cool
to he listened to Frankie say, "Oh, a tractor fell on him. He must be."
Yeah,
He was listening to it in the car. He messages me at like 4:30 in the morning. Bro, when I see Frankie, we're fighting. but dude, no, because he was like, because I bought like a 17-inch block from Harbor Freight.
okay.
And
He said you were using a piece of wood,
I
which I've
was.
seen. There's old heads.
I sand
in
the piece
industry
of
that-
wood
yeah.
and then make it flat, but then how flat is that? But then I didn't get why he said this to me. But I bought the sanding block. We were on the phone because I had a question, and he goes, "Yeah, maybe just don't buy any more sanding blocks." What? I'm like, dude, why? Because people are gonna give me more work for final bout? Like that sounds great. And then he's like, just don't buy any more sanding blocks. And then he changed the subject so quick, and my brain
Awesome.
just,
I appreciate that, Diego.
dude, thank you so much.
No problem,
Like
man.
this is like,
I use those at work, like
I-
basically every day. They're super helpful.
You know,
Like,
yeah,
they're
and
what's
awesome
funny?
blocks.
We were in the car the other day, and he was in the back seat talking to someone, and he was like explaining how to sand something, and he's like, "Yo, just grab a piece of wood or something." Sometimes
Yeah.
I just grab wood and I cut it and I file it down, and then I use it as a sanding block.
Yeah,
so, like,
no,
you definitely
because-
need those.
what's so weird is like the bodywork thing and the painting thing. Never would have fucking thought that I'd be doing any of it. And then now that with Diego and shit like that, like it just trickles down. Like information's so easy to spread. Like you could text somebody, call somebody,
Yeah.
and then like you get an answer. Like you don't have to like try to learn it right away.
Yeah.
But like the bodywork thing, I didn't know how involved it really was. So that's why like the block thing, you're not just sanding something. So like you have no idea how much this is going to
You're using sticky sandpaper?
Yeah, hook
Yeah,
and
perfect.
roll,
So
yeah.
that's what that's
This
for.
is
Not hook and loop.
Oh, it's the stick one.
Yeah, yeah.
I also have those.
Yeah. You can
But-
get it off Amazon, like the Duragold brand. Yeah.
Dude, you have literally enabled me to do
Good.
something.
Yeah, it's
else.
good. Yeah. I'm not like buying you more cigarettes or fucking Dr. Pepper or something like
Yeah,
that.
no.
I want
Oh,
to
a big case of Dr. P would
No
be
way,
so nuts.
sound like my mom.
But this is, dude, I can't
Yes, sir.
believe it, dude. Thank you so much. And there's another box in here, and I saw a word on the box.
yeah.
And like,
This one's going to be a little project, but it shouldn't cost you much. But
I know, but it doesn't matter. Like I'm looking at it, and it
What is
is
it?
it not just a box? Because I hope it's just a box, but it's an Iwata box
LPH 400.
This
it's,
is
it's
a-
basically like the TD06 of spray
of
guns.
spray.
I knew that was what you were gonna do. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking was in there.
Dude, I have no good. My gun's not good.
He said
Yeah,
it's the
it's probably-
TD06 of spray guns.
It's like old, yeah, seriously. It's just like old, reliable. They work. They still sell them. They've been selling them. I think it needs to be serviced. I don't remember. This was my spare for my spare. So
Dude, I don't-
it's yours.
What the fuck?
I think it's a 1.4 tip too.
That's, dude.
yeah. You're not
I'm
spraying
going to-
waterborne?
No.
Okay.
I heard waterborne's really weird. Is that true?
I don't know. I don't never really sprayed it. I
feel
just
like for our
sprayed
market,
solvent.
we don't-
and-
Dude.
Yeah.
Carl.
Dude, thank you so much.
These are like the nicest gifts Carl's gotten.
Dude,
feel
this is a fucking I want a gun. I was
Yeah.
just talking to who was I?
Oh,
Because I was in my driveway messing with something.
Hold on. Mike's fucking up a little bit. You can also pause.
Good? Are we good again?
Yeah, we're good right now.
Okay, I'll stop moving it like that.
Yeah,
But-
so far good.
We were just talking about how important kind of the gun is now because it's like, at first I really didn't think the equipment really mattered because I had to learn about it at first. But now I'm like, damn, like this thing's kind of not great.
Yeah.
And like I noticed that the quality, I guess, of the gun mattered a little bit more. But dude, yo, thank you so much.
No problem, dude.
Like, I'm
glad,
glad.
yeah.
I'm gonna send you pictures.
It's going
of
to a
like,
great
gun.
home.
Even the gun is an antique.
Dude,
Yeah.
I know the
Shit's
the
sick.
box.
Yeah.
Bro,
it
the-
was just an old box I
Bro,
had.
the
I had
box is fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Damn,
Dude,
that is
what the
sick. Even your spray gun is JD.
I'm never calling
Yes,
you Captain
sir.
America again, dude.
Yeah.
There's only one Mike.
I don't take any offense to it.
Dude, that
If
is.
you were call me like, I was gonna say white trash, but I wouldn't even take offense to that either.
So you do dude. That makes.
I do body work. Yes, I do
Yeah.
auto body at work. I spray my own stuff because I can, if that makes sense. I prefer not to.
Oh, okay.
I used to do like paint jobs in here. I did a complete FD for my friend Ariani in here. It just in my personal space, it's such a mess. And this is like my personal space. Like as you can tell, it's like I want it to be mine.
Yeah.
And make it fun to be in.
Damn.
And when it's like I had a whole tarp set up, and it just, no matter how good you are, it's shit just gets everywhere.
Dude, it's so bad. I would love to do that too because I do miss having the garage space, but right now that's all I got. So what I tried to do, or what I am doing, is like it's a retractable.
Cool.
I have like 4 or 6 pulleys on the ceiling, and then it just like a PVC frame and just goes up and down.
That's really cool.
It's kind of
Yeah.
neat, but like
That's really
It's
cool.
like when you say that, like being in here and being able to sit, and it's not covered in overspray or anything, so that means you had to have like scrubbed this thing.
Oh, it was that. You see how clean the garage door is?
Yeah.
That was like, yeah, I cleaned the hell out of that. It was all like blue from when I had my I built my blue S13 in here.
Yeah.
I sprayed the engine bay. I sprayed everything, basically the whole car in here.
What happened to that car?
I bought it from Cheyenne, who made those things. He was a good friend of mine. And then I went through 2 S14 SRs because of Wire and Specialties harness.
Oh.
And I just got rid of it, sold it back to him.
Holy shit.
And he built KA, G30, 660. It made 515 on E85.
Okay. You had so you had 2 cars for a minute, basically.
Yeah, in here.
Yeah.
Which was
Okay,
a
I remember.
lot. Like,
Yeah, it's always a lot.
2
but
cars.
180 is like, I still want another one. It's like my favorite car.
Yeah.
And like this thing is styled around 180 style.
That's probably why I like it.
Yeah,
Dude.
17, 18, sunroof popped. I mean, just like,
Yeah.
definitely take all my cues from 180 styling. You know,
That's the most stylistic drift car, S chassis, I guess.
Well,
I would
I
say.
think
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
look at this one though, what's nice about it, when you say it's 180 styled now, kind of makes a little more sense because it's so sleek. I feel like S14s right now, at least cars in general, this arrow is so thick, like it's to the ground probably at this height. If you had like what's a S14 kit that's big,
That's
like a
big.
drift line
Like a-
kit.
BN.
Or BN.
I mean, stylish. There's so many.
Something, but since it's still kind of sleek,
Yeah, people say it looks like
more-
almost like sexy style for S14.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
but it's still, again, like it has that form factor that isn't just the chunky. It's a drift car.
Yeah.
Like
What kit
this?
is
I'm
this?
driving
It's
this to
Euros
Yost.
Type 2.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that's why it fits so well. Like he was mentioning how well it fit before. It's like,
Dude.
I've had this kit. I think I bought this kit in like maybe 2014.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it's been the same kit since. I fixed it a bunch, but
The back bumper has a break in it, but yet look at the gap.
Yeah,
what is that?
Yeah, the whole thing is like it fits very well, but I didn't know you did body work. That's so funny.
yeah, I
No,
cut
it-
cars apart for like I like doing that. Like I got
Really?
some crazy pictures on my phone of shit I cut apart.
It's
you-
super evident now, dude. Look at it.
Did you ever crash the quarter panel on this?
Yes,
car? You did,
this
right?
side, and I showed him. Yeah, I ended up
Yeah.
saving the quarter and
I
door.
remember when that happened. Was it at
You were-
Final Bout?
yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
And I was like having my mind was like, no.
Yeah.
Were we there? So we weren't there that one.
What year was it?
I don't.
He didn't know. I didn't
maybe
know. You don't.
I don't remember.
before COVID?
No, it was during COVID, I think.
Then we probably were there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because I had taken 2021 off and I was going to getting the blue car ready. Like I ended up drifting a final bout and this car was in primer. Like I didn't even have it painted.
Yeah.
I don't remember what year that was. I was trying to get the blue car done, so I didn't have time to paint this, but the blue car was messing up a lot.
I just remember when I saw you fixing it, I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. I
Thank
ended
God he's not
up
putting overs on it.
No, I am anti that. I want to stay stock metal rear. Is
This
like
car would be like, I would love to see what it would look like when you did over fenders, but
yeah, I would never.
it would never be the same.
And if I did, it would be those charge speed ones, which look like a factory.
yeah.
But I have the ability. I had literally a new quarter panel like behind my garage I was going to put on the car.
But you were like, I could fix this.
I could fix it, yeah.
Yeah. That's
So I was able to
I could
save the
fix it.
quarter.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And the door, thankfully. Like, I didn't have to swap any of that stuff. So it's still original to the car. And the car has 94,000 miles on it, I think, right now.
It's kind of funny. Like when we do these podcasts, we're usually not in a garage, but on the road ones, we are sometimes in a garage. And the last one we did with Lee, it basically turned it into a car video because we saw his car and we were just obsessed. So we
Yeah.
were talking about it.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the same thing now. I'm like, what tires are you running in the front? Like, I'm trying to figure
I'm trying the
everything out.
Acceleras up front right now.
What size?
Those are 235s.
235.
And I have a
okay.
pair of 215s just in case I didn't like the 235, but I have a huge front spacer on them.
Okay.
So that's an interesting thing about S14 Koki is like I have a 35 millimeter spacer, 17 by 9
What's
plus
awesome?
21
Yeah, and
What?
it
with a
fits.
35 and a 235, and I'm stock metal, so it's like it fits. I mean, like, what are the like B knuckle dudes running like 50 millimeter spacers or
Oh,
like
like the
60
crazy-
or something?
the
Yeah,
phone
yeah.
book.
So the car works really well.
It
Maybe
looks-
I just don't know anything else, but
Yeah, you saw the video when Tom took those out in Japan. He took them out of his carry-on bag.
Yeah.
And they were like fucking this big.
it's insane.
Just a sleeve of spacers.
Yeah.
What if it had chunky overs and wide fronts with this like Type 2 is kind of OEM plus in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like this is perfect in every way.
Yeah. I mean, knowing how well he is at executing a car, I'm sure
Yo, look
it
at the
would
gaps.
be fine with overs, but
Look at the hood
Nah,
gaps.
yeah.
no one wants to see it.
Yeah, quarter, like, to me, the quarter is the one thing you can't undo.
Exactly.
So it's like the soul of the car.
I'm the best person to talk
I
to
know,
about
I heard
that.
you talk about that
Yeah,
recently, and
'cause
I totally understand it.
Yeah, like I did it because I had a idea in my head, but I regretted it so fast. Like so fast.
I also think over fenders are like the easy way out.
They
I would
are.
like to see people do more custom metal work to fit what they.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're doing like a 265 on an 18 by 10 and a half, or whatever people are doing, you can't really fit that.
Yeah.
But 9.5 plus 12, like you can do like nice
Yeah.
custom work in order to fit that.
Even right now, my setup, I got the 30 mil overs, and I'm like, last time like 5 years ago or whatever, when we were setting up the car, Josh was over and he was like, yo, you could fit bigger tires. And we're like, and I'm like, yeah, but I can't with the wheels. Like, it won't look the right way.
Bro,
Like,
we
I
were
would
at
have
the
to-
track and Josh tried to do the same thing to me.
Yeah. He's always trying to
was-
fit bigger tires. In the
I'm
garage.
showing him my new wheels. I just bought like my first like cool wheels. Like I was like, oh, they're Amistad's, Josh, check it out.
Yeah.
And he walks over to the back. You got some room in there. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But dude, like, yeah, you keep saying the word execution, and like, the gaps, dude.
Yeah. All the panel gaps.
What hood is this?
It's a Sabon carbon fiber hood. And I don't think they make them anymore, but it's a Garage S would have been like the actual company they somehow got the mold off of in Japan, which is like an old shop in Osaka. He was like a pro driver, Saigo Yamamoto. Garage S hood is like really hot for 180.
Yeah.
That's the one I had on the blue car. And so
It looks really cool with these because the vents are all different, like the two different style vents.
Yeah.
And they really work well together.
So it's like one of those things where you're able to get, like, I couldn't find an actual one for S14. And I obviously, after some research, found out that Saibon somehow still made it.
Yeah.
And it's like super high quality. Like
I
they
was
made
gonna
like
say,
high,
Saibon is better now, right?
oh my God. It's like so
Yeah.
nice. They make like furniture and stuff like that. The
For
quality,
real?
yeah, the quality of this is like so nice.
What do you
Yeah.
mean they make furniture?
They make like carbon fiber like chairs and like
Oh,
anything
you're-
out of
no.
carbon fiber, like composites and stuff.
Mike again, right?
Mike?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna stop shaking it. But no, Lee also had a Saibon cable.
I know, it's so funny.
Yeah.
So many similar things going on right now
It's a
between
simulation,
the
bro.
last podcast and this one. Like he had a Saibon hood and he was like, yeah, I know it's Saibon. He's like, but the quality is really good.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, at what point, maybe this is me just justifying to make myself feel better, but if it's better quality than the original, like, is it, you know what I'm saying? Is it considered a rep? I don't know.
Yeah, but you could go deep on that one and be like, why do you have a turbo from fucking 2001 or
True.
whatever? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
I know that. I can't. Dude, these like dudes in SR pages that are like G25 and RTEC manifold on everything.
Yeah,
and it's just
I-
like, this is so
It
boring,
goes
dude.
right in one ear, out the other.
Yeah. It's
Is
like,
that really what the appeal for you guys is? Is the fact that it's like
Well, I can already tell that me and him like old shit.
Yes.
that's what I guess what
Well,
I
so
want to
do you.
say.
So-
I do, but like that those G series turbos are fucking
Yeah,
fast.
they are. They're quick.
It's-
They're good for.
that does nothing for me.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going strictly, like, sounds were 100% like the main thing for me.
Yo,
That's
me
you
and
too, Carl.
we talked about me and Josh were Revgasm were driving on the highway and they were in the van, like going to
Yeah,
the pizza thing, Pequods,
Yeah.
and Josh is we're cruising. He's in fourth. It's like kind of cruising, kind of high,
Yeah.
and he goes, I'm just such a sensory guy, man. And we're having like one of these talks. Is I had an opportunity to just talk to Josh. It's just me and Josh in the car. He's like, I'm just a sensory guy, man. And we just got done the day before of me just babbling about how 70% of the reason why I like being in the car is the sound, the smell, the
Everything.
just like
Everything.
that word he used. I was like, I guess that's really what it is.
But then
right?
what he say?
Like,
He was like, he's like, I'm just cruising in fourth gear.
yeah, he's like,
because I just want to hear
I'm
it.
here, man, cruising in fourth, just driving straight away.
He's like, I should shift, but it sounds cool.
I just
Yeah.
want to hear it. And then like every shift too, yo,
yeah, he would rev up a little bit.
Rev match
Josh,
upshift.
Yep.
no,
Sick.
just
Yeah.
just like a double clutch for no reason. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, he really is making this the most iconic looking drive right now because
Yeah.
everywhere we go, it's not like excessive. Like, you know when Chris backs a car out,
Oh, and he's like,
dude.
Yeah.
Chris loves doing that.
Yeah.
Even when we're out at car meets, Chris will go like,
Yeah.
yeah, and but his was like a little like, boom, like
That's
just
like-
between shifts. Oof.
What? There's not even a word for that. Like, what is that about a person? Josh is that person. Like, everything he does is cool. Mm-hmm. Like, it just emits from him, and like he knows almost in a way, but it's like natural.
Yeah.
Well, like there's
I would say it's style.
It is, yeah.
I would
similar.
say style.
Yeah.
It's just, he gets it.
like you probably can't leave anything alone, like plain. You'd have to touch it.
Yeah, it has to.
modify it.
Yeah.
Has your spin on it. Like you want to make it your own, probably. That's
Another thing too is that, like, with me is if it doesn't have a purpose in my life, I don't like want it. You know, I don't want to say clutter and stuff like that, but it's like I can get rid of things.
damn.
If
yeah.
it doesn't have like a
There's a
purpose
word
to me.
for that. What
I
is
don't
it?
know.
Streamline, efficient.
Maybe, yeah.
Like
Kaizen.
Maybe it's like my work coming through to my personal life too, like, because it's like how you stay efficient at
Yeah.
your job.
So you do body work full time?
Yeah. That's what I do. My shop's like 3 minutes from here, or like the shop I work for.
Hell yeah.
And I've been with that company for 13 years.
What kind of body work? Is it like truck stuff? Is it cars?
It's called
Is it
cars.
just-
It's all insurance work. DRP.
Okay.
We're a DRP with multiple insurance companies, so direct
Oh, wow.
repair program.
Yeah.
With like Geico, Allstate, State
Yeah, we have
Farm.
a buddy Ethan that does that.
Oh.
By us.
Yeah, he does auto body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His shop is like one of the bigger ones in Bergen County, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dude,
so-
them insurance
It's a.
jobs.
I mean, I'm sure you know. It's honestly, it's like underrated industry for young people getting into
That's what-
automotive.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, I try to sell people. I was trying to sell him. You know,
Oh yeah.
I want him to get in. You know, it would be interesting if it's something you
Great.
become passionate about. And there's good. It's great money, dude.
Yeah.
So it's like people don't know they want to go work at like a deal. I don't know, like a dealership.
You don't want
or-
to work at a dealership.
No, exactly. Like,
Unless you're a salesman.
yeah,
Like that's the only thing that.
but
you
even
Yeah.
that you have to like get beat up by customers
do a
and
lot
deal
of
with.
cocaine.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Dude, I'm telling you, there is.
Dude, watch me cut above this car really quick.
But I remember in the top secret 180 chat, you were talking about painting and like you were like, oh, I think
Whoa,
there was
whoa,
like
whoa.
a paint conversation in there.
Yeah,
too.
we were. I was just like sending pictures of the shit I do.
Yeah.
Some of the like
something.
weird, like I have a Subaru. Like I'm off this whole week, but I have a Subaru. It's like a brand new Subaru, like completely cut apart right now.
Yeah.
It's like, why do they let me do this?
Yeah.
Why- like some of these
cool,
cars
though.
should be totaled, in my opinion. But if
Yeah.
it's worth it, some cars are just worth so much.
Yeah.
So
How does you have like a salary that's hourly?
it's
or-
commission. It's all commission based.
Oh,
Oh wow,
I need
that's,
it.
That's interesting.
need
So it like it kind of gives you incentive.
Yep.
As long as the work is there. Obviously, when the work's not there, you kind of get screwed. But where I'm at, it's like 2 older guys I work with, so they're a little bit slower paced.
That'd probably make me at least enjoy it a little bit, since it was slow.
Yeah.
But no, I know, and even just from the brief conversations I have with Diego and his like 5-year plan or whatever, like the insurance job thing is nuts. Because these cars are, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I thought about this all on the way here. Because there's a buttload of cars here in this area that congregated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, we're making more cars and more cars and more cars and more cars, and then we're gonna just run out of room for cars.
But
Like,
that's been going on for
or
so
we're gonna
long.
run out
Oh
of
my
cars.
gosh.
And like, because these rules that they're making, bro, they could make any rule.
Yeah.
And now, what if they were just like, okay, you guys have to just fix the cars that we got right now because
That's all you're getting.
Not making
we
any new
cannot make
ones?
any more. How sick would that be?
I heard a theory. I forgot what it was on, but it was like if aliens were to come down to us, they would think that cars were like the rulers because we're inside of them.
That was on
I-
Rogan or
Was
something.
it? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
someone-
It
someone-
was like some stupid theory. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like it would make sense because there's so many of them.
They were like coming down from space and looking down. They'd be like,
there's cars everywhere. Those things are inside of the cars. Like,
yeah. Like the car, there's so many cars. Like we never think about it. But
I've
then,
never thought about
Yeah.
for
that.
example, when we were at our hotel room before, and you look out the window, and you're just like, there's thousands of cars going by, and it's just one little section of highway.
Yeah.
and it's like, fuck, there's a lot.
Or
of
like that traffic jam on the way into Chicago.
Yeah.
Dude, you got it. That was an 8-lane.
Yeah.
We're in the somewhat middle, so I could see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because a train went by too.
Oh my god.
And I
there's
was
a
like,
train in the middle of the highway.
this
yeah.
cannot
oh,
be.
the L.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
What is
sick.
it called?
It's called the L. It's like the local like commuting trains.
Yeah,
They have,
whatever
like
the,
multiple lines.
Whatever the bridges you take to get to Chicago from east, I guess, and then you get on this big highway with 8 lanes, and there's a
Oh
train
yeah,
in the
yeah,
middle.
that's the L. So you're on the
Four-
south side,
Yeah,
like by
yeah,
Sox
definitely.
Stadium and stuff like that.
Yes. 4 lanes on
Yeah.
each side, 2 above the 4 on each side, and then the train went by, and I was like, this has gotta
and,
be.
and it's fucking standstill.
it's
traffic.
gotta be hell at 5 or something.
It was. We were there at like 6.
7-ish,
Yeah.
something like that.
People go through that every day. That's why I stay. That's why I live out here. I stay
Yup.
away from there. I have disdain for it down there.
Yeah.
Like I only go down like for my friends
Yeah.
because they all live in the city, but I can't.
1000%.
I don't have the patience.
Yo, going back to the name. You wanted
Oh,
to give us
yeah.
the
Oh,
gifts
crap.
first.
Gleam.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gleam.
Oh, we say it stands for Grandmas Love Everything About Me, and that's what I was saying with the old ladies.
Grandma's
But the name really, I came up with the name because I was like, when I was getting more confident in bodywork and stuff like that, and wanting to do stuff on the side, I was like, well, I need a name. And like
Okay.
being into like the niche drift shit I'm into, it's like the name is important. I was
Yeah.
just coming up with like
Yeah.
what cool names and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we drove the first 2 or 3 final bouts as street dancer with Moonlighter.
I remember Street
So
Dancer.
so it was multiple teams because we
Okay.
had like it was multiple friend groups, but we didn't have enough because they wanted at least 3 cars.
Okay.
So we had combined teams, and it was just like a mouthful to say street dancer with Moonlighter street. And so
Yeah.
we combined the teams, and then we used the name Gleam as like so that's just like 7, 8, 9 people on the team or something like
Really?
that.
Now
there's a
there's-
lot of cars, dude. It's a mayhem.
And is it just Gleam now, or is it still like?
It's just Gleam.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we all have like they have some street dancer stickers on their cars. Like it's
Yeah.
still an ode, like
Yeah, that's
to
cool.
what we came from.
Yeah. I
Where are you
mean,
getting these inspos for the names? Because now
These
that now the
these-
Gleam thing
like
is
magazines like this, like these are my North Star basically. Like these and old videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is the stuff that inspires me still
that
to
was
this
so
day.
cool. He said that was his North Star, bro.
I knew you were gonna like that.
I mean, I
mental
can't like. It's the only way to put it. Like I can look at these nonstop and still get inspiration. There's thousands of pounds, thousands of cars they built in that tiny little country that are still coming out. These archive pages that people are finding, like still pictures to this day. It's like
Yeah.
blows my mind of these cars.
Yeah, we were talking about your Instagram. How that's how I viewed it. It was like an archive
Yeah.
type Instagram, and then it kind of just became your personal
Yeah, I
one.
wasn't posting my car. Like I had all these pictures. I've been like looking, like basically ever since we got a computer at home. There was no U.S. websites and stuff like that. You were ending up on shop gallery pages, like
Okay.
to find cool
Yeah.
pictures of cars. So you're ending up on Japanese sites, and I was just saving them, or like dudes that would like photographers in Japan. They would basically just have like galleries, and you'd like click it, and then it's like, oh, he's at Tokyo Auto Salon in like 2001,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
just like all these pictures, just
Yeah.
pictures from whatever cybershot camera it was.
Yeah.
Thousands of these pictures. There was the old Crazy Max website that, you know, Yusuf's friends with those guys,
Yeah.
and that website is insane of like all these old Osaka teams. And I'm sure
still
you've seen
going on. Like you can
You
still
can still.
access
Well,
it?
people. I think you can. It's hard to find them. That's why you have to use like Wayback Machine, or like some of these dudes on these archive pages now are like literally like emailing people, finding them on Facebook, mailing them stuff to get old pictures.
And it literally is doing nothing
so
for
much.
them financially.
Yeah, I was
no,
about
that's
to
why it's like
ask.
so hard for me to like.
Yeah.
They're doing such a great job that it's like for me, it
Yeah. You're kind of like, whatever. I'm just
kind
gonna
of.
watch
It's like
these.
hard to even like. I don't. Because I want like high quality pictures too. I don't want to just be posting any shit I find,
Yeah.
which is like a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but I
but-
still love that stuff. Like it's like these, and then going on the old shop gallery pages and stuff like that.
It's funny. I met what's his face from Cover Works the other day.
Adam.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I met
Yeah.
him like last night. Was that 2 nights ago? I don't know what day.
I
it is.
don't know what year it is.
Yeah.
Dude.
But
Like
I met him, and first thing I said to him was, I don't know how much fucking research you do, but
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, your page is insane.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude.
you got
And the amount he uploads too.
Yeah, and he
like
started explaining
all
it.
the DVDs and VHS. Or like, I'm assuming he has VHS as well.
Yeah, he started explaining it though, and it made a little bit more sense. He's like, my mom, like, would go to Japan and all this stuff, and she was into cars. So she's the reason why.
That's amazing.
That became like, and
Yeah.
that's why he was at Tokyo Auto Salon like when he was like really young.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, that makes a lot of sense.
that circle, or I only knew that his name was Adam because Daryl would talk about Understeer King. He's got that little sticker on his now new store. But as soon as I saw him, I wanted to make sure that I said hi because that page, I don't really follow a lot of the archive type of pages, but his page, Patina,
Yeah.
research.
Dude, that one is crazy.
And Garage Sokuda.
And
or
yep,
Sokudo
and that
or
one.
whatever.
Is that the one that you shared
Yeah,
last
dude,
night or
he
whatever?
is-
Yeah, I just
that's
followed that guy.
Crazy.
Yeah, but that patina research.
I like the
guy
patina
is-
edits because it's a.
He's-
And maybe
he's
some
funny.
people might not like this
Yeah,
actually,
That guy's
but
funny.
it's almost like a spin on edits that it's another way for us to ingest it.
Yeah.
It's like a little spin off of like what that edit probably was, or maybe it is like that. I don't know what
The way
the
he just
science
mashes
between.
everything together is
Yeah.
like so sick.
It's like multiple like interests he's using as like hip hop and stuff like that, and then editing with the cars and
And
stuff.
multiple classes
good.
of vehicles too. So
Yeah.
like there's like days where he posts a lot of SXE stuff.
Yeah.
And so like different. I've never heard of some of this stuff, and I'm like seeing it for the first time, and here's like 8 slides of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh hell yeah!
I usually view Instagram as like just straight poison. Like I
100%,
never even
me
want to
too.
be on it. But then something like that will pop up.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
They're using it for good.
this makes me want to
Yeah.
use this.
Yeah.
Like and actually look at stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's not just fucking
Brain
random
rot.
shit.
Yeah.
Dude, the brain rot.
Yeah, that's like the tough thing. Like, dude, it's
Like, so-
I try and fight it so hard, but sometimes you find yourself down these like
Oh, yeah.
reels.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, dude, this
Bro,
sucks.
no, tell
like I
me-
hate that about myself sometimes. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just want to like throw this thing away.
Tell me you're not getting some hard laughs though. Some of the brain rot, some of the brain rot is so brain
There's some
rot
funny things on there.
that I have
Yeah.
to just be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then that's what causes me to close it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get a DM,
try
and
to-
it's just a picture of a frog. Like,
But then at the same time, you're like, why am I laughing so hard? Yeah. But like, I try to make hard rules for myself. I'll be like, all right, when I go home tonight, I'm not looking at my phone.
Good.
That's the only fucking way.
Yeah.
Because like, if you don't do that,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, oh, I gotta check something.
Yeah.
And then you're
You're
like,
checking the weather, and all of a sudden you're on fucking.
you're on Instagram, and
yeah.
then you're like, what was I doing?
Yeah.
And it's been 15 minutes.
Yeah.
15 minutes, you're lucky. I'm in there for 9 hours.
Oh my god.
I'm in a K-hole.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like, because I was trying to hear out Frankie, and I guess you as well, because it seems like you guys are cut from the same cloth with this. But if you put the phone down sometimes, like when you gave it up for January,
I loved it.
bro, like your business kind of right now, though Malcolm was taking care of it, it helps to just kind of, what if something happened in that month where you could have had an opportunity? You know what I'm saying?
Luckily, I don't have that situation anymore.
Yeah, thankfully Malcolm's in there.
If you are relying on your phone for your business, then yeah, you can't do that.
Not relying, but it's a good tool. It's a tool.
It's a tool.
It's a tool if you look at it as a tool.
If I didn't have Malcolm and Eddie, and it wouldn't work. I would never be able to do that.
Oh, this would not. We would not be doing this.
Yeah.
No shot. It would just be me and you.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be able to give up my phone. Like that would be crazy to me.
Yeah.
But I've wanted to forever.
Yeah.
Like I'm always like, I'm just gonna delete my Instagram, but I'm still gonna be on it because of Faction. So might as well just leave it. That's why I never got rid of it.
Do you guys look at it as a catalyst, like for stuff?
It just seems like sometimes like a waste of time. Like I could be just doing other things.
I feel like
guess.
my time is
Yeah.
completely different than it was 6-7 years ago.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like I have
and
no
it's
time.
like so like it just hooks you in now. It's like I hate the algorithms and all this stuff. It's like
Yeah, it's really
it's
good,
so
too.
fucked up feeling.
They got us, man.
Yeah, they really.
They getting us with the damn AI stuff.
and we're adult men. Like imagine like kids and stuff like that. That's
Yeah,
like
that have
that's
no
like
idea.
really yeah.
That's actually really freaky to
It is.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
think about actually, because like imagine, dude, me as a kid, like if I had that kind of access to ADHD type of, dude, oh my
Yeah.
god.
And it's
But-
probably just gonna make it worse.
But I have seen this though. I feel like since they're so exposed to so many things, there's some weird differences between some of the ages of the generations, I guess, that came out after us, and I feel like they were exposed to so much that they get more jaded to stuff.
True.
Some of them, they're just like, honestly, in my opinion, that would be like the modern day you. Like you're just over all of this shit that you've seen already. So
Oh.
now you're just like, all right, like I'm fucking done
Yeah, I
with
get what
this.
you're saying.
That's you as a modern day child.
Yeah.
Like it would be there's two ways I feel, or not multiple ways, but that's one of the ways I feel like kids turn out.
Yeah.
Is just
I don't know, man.
overexposure,
I don't know
I guess.
what Gen Z is going to end up being like. I don't know. I mean, we already can see it because like kids will come into the shop and they won't look you in the eye and they'll.
Really?
Oh yeah, they're all fucked up for sure. Malcolm knows too. Yeah,
He's one of them. He's not looking
because
me
he's
in the
one
eye.
of them. Because he's one of them.
He's not-
No,
Well, that's because Malcolm has other problems.
no. Malcolm be like, yeah, that guy didn't. He didn't look at anyone in the eye. Like he's looking
Damn.
at the ground, and like other people will like. I don't know. I guess I'll talk about it later. But
Yeah.
like it might hit too close to home for some.
But you do
people.
some of that shit too now. You Frankie will sometimes, instead of going up to the door and knocking or just walking up, he'll tell me here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so convenient. Yeah. I do find myself doing things like that too.
That's
Yeah.
like my number one. If I didn't answer right away and obviously we're comfortable enough, bro, just I could be in the backyard doing something,
That's also-
which I was doing. I was
That's
in the
also
backyard.
because I don't even want to deal with anyone ever. I'm
get
I'm
it.
here. Let's go.
Yeah.
But then Carl wants to just have a party the whole time. So
Not a party, but well, not this right here. This is ideal.
this is ideal. Yeah.
Put a couple. You may fill this thing up.
Yeah.
With some of them buds, bro. Oh, I'm sitting.
Shit.
Yeah, dude. Man, what a good day so far, huh?
Yeah. Today's gonna be a good day.
How long got
you been-
Chick-fil-A?
How long have you been doing
Chick-fil-A.
this, Mike?
Doing what?
Well, I guess
Drift
let's
cars?
start with drift cars first. Drifting.
I
and stuff.
bought my first. I mean, I've been into it really probably 20 years easily right now.
Holy
Yeah.
hell!
I bought my first one in 08, S13, crappy car. I had like $3,000 saved up. And back then you could have bought like a grandma, like a super
Yeah.
nice grandma car back then. And I bought like an $800 piece of shit because I was like, oh, I'm going to buy PBM coils. I'm going to buy all this stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, none of that happened because I ended up like, it was just such a crappy car. I didn't even know how to drive stick. My older brother had to drive it home for me. And
Mike,
he barely knew how to drive
how
stick.
old are you?
I'm 33.
33. Oh, so you're my age. Okay. And
Bro, 20 years ago, the math is math.
the math-
but
the math
that's a little young, I
so
think.
Yeah.
you were into this shit when you got your license.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once I got because I was like skateboarding, doing BMX and stuff like that, like dirt
Yeah.
jumps and stuff. We had a local skate park.
And
That
not to
dirt
mention, you had Risky Devil and Rip
yeah, that
Gambler
helped.
and-
That helped like during the blog
but
era.
You were kind of coming up at the same time almost.
Yeah, I was on my second S13 then.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like that picture I just posted on my story, that car was in 2010.
Yeah.
And that was Origin Stream. I had an Arrow hood. Like it was, for the time, I was just
Yeah.
buying cool stuff and trying to build cool cars.
like those guys are nearing 40 right now, and you're my age.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting so they almost got into drifting a little later after they were in
Some of them, yeah.
because like Josh and Chob and everyone, they're into Hondas and stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense during that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they got into drifting after, but you
Yeah.
were kind of like straight into drifting. Yeah, that's interesting.
It would, I don't know how. Like my family is into sports, like college sports and shit like that, and I'm like the black sheep. Like I just liked cars and things on wheels, bikes.
You don't know what it came from? Like,
I was about
No,
to ask.
I have to like talk to my mom because I really have no clue.
these deep-seated
I
things.
know.
Like so
Where did
weird.
this come
yeah,
from?
like am
You
I
had
like in
this.
trauma, like hiding
Yeah.
trauma or something through drift cars? I really don't know, and especially down this like niche of a rabbit hole of the stuff I'm into.
Yeah.
I would say.
Well, that could have just been your personality. Like,
True.
You seem like you're a perfectionist too, so maybe you like saw a certain thing and you're like, oh, that needs to look this way.
Yeah, I always in like historic, like I like historical
Yeah.
things, and like to me, these cars, this is the spawn of it all. So
Yeah.
this is like everything is derives from these cars.
Do you ever think? Because I'm the same way as you. Do you ever think like that's almost like, I don't know. I'm not gonna say holding you back, but isn't it kind of like? Because we look at these cars and we're like, we just want to make the cars like that.
Yes,
So there's kind of no evolution. It's like
True.
we're kind of just.
that's where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially driving evolution because I want to. I don't want to be stagnant. I want to get better at driving.
Yeah.
And that's tough with this car because this like I built into a spectacle.
Yeah.
And I want to like keep it nice and be like a rolling. I don't even know what to say. Just
Museum
like all the
piece.
traditional. Yes.
Literally.
Yeah. And obviously it's completely set up to drift, but it's like tough. Like when you want to advance.
Yeah.
I don't want to damage it.
Yeah.
I want to. So now I'm at the point where like I'm gonna go through the season, but do I want to build another car that's more just track oriented or like driving oriented
Dude,
and
Lee,
stuff like that?
Lee said something about this when we were finished with his podcast. He goes, nostalgia holds you back, man.
It does.
And
It
I was
does.
like, damn, okay, well,
Yeah.
I like this and that. And he's like,
Well,
yeah, but
I think Carl is a mix of both because he likes all the cars like this, but then he wants to compete. He wants to be good at driving.
Yeah.
He loves the driving aspect.
Yeah.
So you could see him like fighting things in
Yeah.
his head. Like,
but I'm scared because like
That's where I'm at.
scared with that.
Yeah.
Because now I'm about to go home and fucking.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
make money and do whatever you want.
but I also want to, because now that I'm doing this, I kind of want to see how crazy I can do something really quick. So, and I have a chalkboard at home waiting. So what I'm afraid of is that I'm going to change that mentality and I'm going to not want to just
That's what
rip around in it, because I say this all the time, but when I get behind the wheel of the car and we're drifting, like I am just there in just drifting.
Mm-hmm.
My brain is not doing anything. It's just drifting.
like
Yeah.
not worrying about the car.
It's not worrying about anything else. Like if we're drifting and something's broken and we're mid drift, the chances of me
I think that's kind of a normal drifting mentality. Sorry, what's his face? Just pulled up.
yeah.
That thing is sick too. All the Gleam cars are sick.
oh my word. Sorry, another S14 pulled up. Yo, Malcolm, you see that one? That one was it a Zenki?
Yeah, it's Zenki.
Yeah. He likes Zenkis right there.
What were we talking about? We were talking about.
I don't know.
drifting.
Black
Oh.
S14 showed up and we all forgot what we were talking about.
Drifting, like I think that's a mentality we all have. Like while you're in drift and you're drifting, you're not really like if something's breaking and
Yeah.
you're not gonna be like, oh, I need to stop.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're gonna be like, I gotta get through this and this is part of it. But then afterwards you might have a like reflection moment where you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have been going that hard or this or you know.
But then doesn't that go back to like not but this is like if you're driving good, then you shouldn't really have any worries or any issues, right? Like you're not gonna.
Well, yes and no. I mean, shit's gonna happen either way.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
now I feel like the driving has escalated to such a degree that the opportunity is definitely there for you to beef it pretty hard.
Yeah. So I mean, I wanted to say this too. Like, my car was really low at one point.
Yeah.
Your car is.
I've raised the front up some, and especially with the. I mean, are you talking about like wheel to fender clearance? Or
everything, body kit,
Yeah,
everything. I
it's
was like,
raised up some, and with a
Yeah.
235 also helps a lot.
Yeah, like when I look at this, I'm like, this is kind of where my car ended up before I took it apart. I started like slowly raising it up.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it still looks good. It still looks like a low car, especially when all the people around you are lifting them up
Yeah.
and putting their fists through the fender
Yeah,
gap.
but
So
you street drive like when your
Yeah.
car is good, you just like to drive your
Yeah.
car around, right?
For sure.
That's like the big thing for me too.
Yeah. So, but like my thing now is if I can fit my feet, what is it? Fit my foot. If I can fit my foot under your bumper, Usually with the Doc Martin on. That's how I judge it.
Okay.
But not a Vans.
Oh my word!
Then
Not
it's
the
good.
Doc.
It's
I'm
got
like-
the caster in it right now also.
Yeah, I'm usually like, okay, that's good, because then I could drive it on the street, and I probably won't even hear it hit anything.
Yeah.
You know, lower than that, and it's like you got to fucking dodge everything.
Yeah, it
miss.
starts getting a little difficult.
Yeah.
I just, especially with this kit, it's the size of it, the front bumper is so much bigger than the sides and rear. So
Yeah.
like, I was not happy with how the car looked, the side profile.
Oh, yeah.
It was always like down,
Yeah,
like weighted
I have a
down.
big problem with that too.
So I wanted the car to look level. So the only way to do that was to raise the front some.
And the body kits always have a problem with that because some of them are, what do you call it, raked, and some of them are not raked. Like BN Sports
Yeah.
is not raked at all.
Yeah.
So, and then you do a 17, 18, and the front is, the wheel gap is crazy, and the back is tucking almost, and you're like,
Well, that's
Yeah.
an ideal for me.
yeah, you like that, right?
Yeah,
He
because
likes like,
not it doesn't necessarily. That's
Like
not the
squatting?
goal. It shouldn't be squatting. It'd be great if it was level, but if the back is just tucking a little bit,
the back should always be it should always be closer,
Yeah.
obviously, than the front.
But then if the front is, if the car is still level and
yeah.
there's like, this is right here is pretty much like,
Yeah,
look
this is
at the-
perfect.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
here.
this is, I've raised and lowered so many times trying
Yeah.
to like get it level and sitting correctly.
dude,
this is basically what my car looked
it
like before.
shows though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I bet it's level as hell. You know what happens when you put something a level on my car? It's just
But what I was gonna say with that is, now you can drive a little bit harder,
Yeah.
and not worry about things,
Yeah.
and it still looks good to you. It's kind of like you're evolving at your own pace.
Yeah.
You know, like the car still looks like these cars,
Yeah.
but it slowly it'll come up and get a little bit easier to drive, and you'll figure out ways to make it look good. So,
well, yeah, because it doesn't look good.
Yeah. Now
No,
I'm
I'm
just
to you,
I'm
you
to
know?
the point where, and it's like, I do have the ability to fix anything I need to.
Yeah,
So that's kind of one of them. But yeah, I just want to just keep driving and get better at driving now. Cause I just like don't want to just be stagnant with driving.
And of course, my best friends are my
Oh
drifting
my
best friends
God.
are Front Street. So
Yeah. And they're
having
like
them-
so motivating to me even because
Yeah.
of that aspect, like the determination and the drive they have.
They're
Yeah.
motoring right now too, which is wild.
Like
so
they're-
now everyone's getting like this crazy influx of front street stuff, and
Yeah.
that is kind of wild. That kind of inspires us. Like, yo, Frankie's doing stuff on his car.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you always got Josh like, yo, you got to put 265. I'm like, Josh, I'm not doing none of that shit.
Yeah.
But
what tires in the back?
235 Ironman right now. So eventually, once I burn through all my Ironmans, I'm gonna do 651 square. I want to try like a square tire all around.
Okay.
I ran them in the rear before, and they felt pretty good. Like once they got some heat into them.
Yeah, this is a good setup.
The Accelera?
The Accelera 651. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I had to like.
Not the sport, just like the whatever treadwear it is. I want to try just a square tire. It's
Well,
I
you don't
have
like
so-
those? No.
No.
Why not? Like, what about? I didn't like them at first, but once I got heat in them at an event, that's when I was like, oh, these are actually really good.
So when I ran them, I liked them in the front, and I think that you should run them in the front.
They're
Yeah.
cheap.
They're cheaper
And they're good.
They're what I think that you're gonna like about them is because it's like not the stickiest of tires, but when it's in drift, I think it's fighting it a lot less. That follow tire, so then it's really feels great, smooth in the corner.
Yeah.
But in the rear, when I had it in the rear, the tires got so greasy, like right off the rip. So then I'm like, okay, it's probably just that top coat. So let me heat cycle them, let me get it off and get another set on there. And then even after I put it back on, the grip, although wait, let me rephrase that. The first 2 laps were sick.
Yeah.
The stickiest thing ever. Like not to the point where it's hurting the car, but feels really good. But then after that, it never was the same. Like it went
Damn.
away right away. And they bubble if you hit it like hard, and that's something to be wary
The
of. Your
sidewall?
street driving. Yeah,
Really?
I had a
Okay.
bubble in the front. It wasn't that big.
What
so
are the
I
roads like out there?
Kind of just kept it. What are the roads like? We
Yeah.
don't have roads.
Oh,
No, I'm just
bad.
kidding.
No, I was talking to Lewis about this. I was comparing it to like kind of here. It's
Really?
different pavement. I don't know what the hell the roads are
Dude,
made out
it's
of here.
so bright. It's been annoying.
Yeah.
Like, look at that road. It's white.
Ours is black.
Oh,
But,
okay.
But like, it's just as bad, honestly, near Chicago area. Like the roads are pretty fucking bad here.
Okay.
Like, so I would say it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's why I just stay this suburbs
Yeah,
up here.
yeah. Over
everything-
here is nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless there's construction or something going
Yeah.
on, it's pretty smooth everywhere. Yeah, I don't know what they make. It's got to be asphalt, right? But I don't know.
I don't know, but just something to be weary of though with the
Yeah.
651.
Yeah.
The bubble, like, and I do street drive my car, and I don't like to say I hit potholes very often, That's why I was really curious. And, you know, those were new. You should just to get rid of that variable, since everyone's like, they were probably they were new. So, yeah, I do think that you might like the square setup, though, because I've been noticing that even with the front being really grippy, that I'm airing it up anyway.
Yeah.
And so now it's just a spinning bomb.
I think, was it you that was talking about running, maybe you and Josh were talking about running a higher pressure up front?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm at like 40 PSI on these now. I haven't drifted this car at all, but I'll be interested to see.
Dude.
Yeah, see how that feels.
I'm curious.
Because I wouldn't like normally lower the front tire pressure. I was running an Advent Fleva before, which
That's
was
what
like,
I had.
Yeah, it was a good tire. It was a really good tire, but they were kind of like 300 plus for a pair or something like that. So I was like, I was in a cheat mode. So I just instead ordered 2 pairs of Acceleras.
No, they're good. The whole science behind the PSI thing really is just like that chase tire that I mentioned, or like that front tire. It's like fighting it a lot less, and I think that you're gonna like it. I think 40 is a good number. Don't, the higher you go, the crazier it's gonna feel, in my opinion. The way it snaps back, because the tire is now becoming a rectangle. Like the sidewall is at max. It's not gonna hopefully bend.
I got a lot to learn about tires when I start drifting again.
Dude, you're in for it.
It's like a whole new world.
You have no idea.
Is that old stock Kara 20 still?
Dude, it was just at 215 in the front, 225, 235 in the rear, and you get whatever works, and then you go drift.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, the grip levels are not. I'm like, okay.
Well, no,
It's
that's
just advancing, I guess, and trying different things.
I mean, I never had grip. I know
Yeah.
that. Like when I was drifting, I always remember I never had grip. I was always trying to keep up, and I couldn't. And I would take all the air out of the tire, and it just couldn't do it. And that was kind of like right before all the crazy tire things started happening, like people making tires for drifting. Like it was just starting to happen when I stopped. So
isn't that wild? Like making tires for drifting.
Yeah.
So like in video games, when they would say like tire selection, and then there's like drift, that's actually a tire selection.
Yeah, now it's real.
But now they're actually grippy as hell, because everyone's on this grip obsession right now. And like now I almost don't want to it doesn't fully take it away, but like when everyone's gripped up, it's not like you're just jamming anymore. Like you're
just
really
add air pressure. That's really all that matters. But the tires seem to be way better quality. Like they wear better.
They're meant to wear better.
Yeah,
I think.
So that's kind of cool.
And like if you're gonna street drift and stuff like that too, like you don't want the car fully hooked up.
Yeah.
That's kind of
that's basically what he's.
That's what I'm interested in seeing with this turbo setup too, like how it's gonna punch.
Yeah.
Because I'm like not like I'm gonna have to street drift, so it's like because
I love that I'm gonna have to street drift.
Well, it's gonna happen. Like so, it'll be interesting to see how it like the power comes on. Obviously, I can turn the boost on with that knob I was showing you, and to get whatever power I need. But
so you going link would be the only thing that would convince me maybe to
dude,
go link.
it's like to me, it's like I want the brain to be like the most modern thing.
I think you just don't want to damage this new engine that you just
that too.
So
but it's just like when hearing and comparing, it's just like how old is the Link or not Link, the Power of C? So old.
There's no fail safes. Like
it's not only that, but it's like I was talking to the tuner. He said the only way you can tune hot idle is at like 80 degrees Celsius, and I don't even think like that's like super hot. Yeah, like the car's never gonna see that.
They usually do have like cold idle problems, and
so I don't know. It was just easy for me. Like
hopefully it doesn't bite you. Like we're talking all this hot stuff.
No,
and like it's not gonna turn on or something. Like, but what?
No, that one will.
Here's an example of why I like it, dude. Mike just goes, "Well, I showed you that little knob."
Yeah.
Like
Carl would be like this the whole time.
I'd be over there. Like I'd be over there. We're on grid. Like I see somebody else pull up to me. I'm over here.
Carl would be on the highway and see a Hellcat in the rear view and be cranking that shit up. Like, all right,
I'd be cranking that knob, man. It doesn't beat. The IS does not beat a Hellcat.
No.
But them 392 things, we're near.
We're near.
Yeah, dude. And Subaru's just.
I think you should put nitrous in it.
No.
Okay.
We had a conversation with dude. That Lee podcast really like these are really building off of each other now.
I know.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
But his whole thing. So Lee is one of the only other people that I feel like that is on our list that is more for the modern.
Mm-hmm.
So that ZN6 chassis to me is like the modern. Tom's car was parked behind Lee's because naturally Tom was working on his car. He showed up to the
What was
party.
he fixing?
I
saw you broke the subframe bolt.
There was a couple problems actually. There was a front brake issue. So he came to the shop, bought brake pads, right? I actually do want to talk about this.
Okay.
And he said there was some issue with the brake pads, and then later on he realized he's like the brake pads I bought from you, they were PMU pads for the front. He's like they're like the heat rating is so crazy that they need to be so warm in order to bite. So when he's driving around the street, it's like his brakes aren't even working that well. So that's like we're gonna go on the website and like adjust the info and everything just to make sure people understand, because I'm just like importing some of this stuff and it's like I can't even read half of it.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm trying to decipher what
You just think it's a cool part.
Yeah, I'm like I want to get PMU stuff because it's really hard to get here. Like no one carries it. So I was like trying to grab some of the brakes, and then we had 2 of them there, and we're like, okay, this one's definitely a higher heat rating. And Tom's like, well, final bout, I'm gonna be on the track. And he took that one. And then like we didn't realize how crazy it was, you know? So that was one of the problems. And then I don't know what the other one was. Was
He
it
said that he was driving around with his handbrake and he pulled it or something.
Oh, he's probably heating something up, right? Oh no, the rear caliper came apart or seized up. The e-brake part that actually turns. I think it came out and it won't go back in or something like at all.
Damn.
Something like that. So he had to get a caliper. But one of the main things that he did was fucking get rid of his brake booster, which I fucking hate.
Yeah.
So he was like, nah, it might be fine. It might be fine. And then like
Is that Chase base setup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
You
not
don't
a
like,
fan of this shit.
you like the brake booster?
I love the brake booster.
I'm about to delete mine.
Of course you are.
The car, so my dad had this like older 911. It's the only car I've ever driven that didn't have a booster. Like it was hard.
Yeah.
And I found out what that meant because I was on the highway and I went to stop.
Oh no.
And that shit, all 4, just. And I got off and like got back on the brake and then kind of understood like, whoa.
Yeah, if you're comfortable with it, it'll work fine, obviously.
I think for left foot braking, it's probably gonna be tits.
Yeah.
Just like that much, and it'll be consistent the
I feel like
whole
it's
time.
the opposite in my head. It's like I really have to get on that pedal in order for it to.
Yeah. It's like if you drive like a 55 Chevy, like
Yeah.
I've had to move those around and you're like, oh my, like
Yeah.
it feels like it's not going to stop.
So
That's what you guys are working on in the shop? Like
No, I have driven them. We have worked on them, and I had to like
okay.
move it, and I was like, thought I was going to put it through a wall.
Yeah.
Because
Because
like
you
the
really
brakes-
gotta hit it.
Yeah. And
But-
they didn't have boosters.
Like if you have to do that, that's one thing. But there's probably ways around it. So it's like you might as well just use the booster.
Yeah.
And they rarely go bad. Like they only go bad when you have an exhaust resting on them, or your timing is so retarded that your shit's just getting hot as hell.
Yeah. That's
Like,
that's what I'm worried about with my booster.
Yeah.
Even though it's like decently far and it's all wrapped and stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm still scared the brakes aren't going to work one day.
But okay, so before we get off that modernization topic, because I'm gonna wrap that one up. He's for that modern stuff. Tom's car pulled up, and I'm looking at
yeah.
the FRS or
Sorry.
BRZ or something like that, and the S13, and I'm like, dude, that's literally that,
Yeah.
but newer. And if I blow up the 1J, whereas Lee can go buy a long block, he said brand new, picked up in the box, $2,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
That's like all Subarus.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
And then if I blow up my 1J, which I have not thought about all season, not once, until Lee said this, he was like, that's when he hit me with the nostalgia holds you back line.
Yeah.
He was like, I'd rather just not have to worry about if I blew it up.
Yeah. That was his whole thing when we were there. We were like, why did you change your car? Like, obviously, the Mark III Supra is kind of weird to even be running and hard to be driving that car. But he was driving it for 15 years.
Yeah.
So we're like, why did you change it? And he was like, what Carl said. He's like, this shit's getting expensive. Like, if I have to replace anything, it's way more money now. And he's also like, and I kind of want to be in a nice car,
Absolutely.
like a modern car.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we were getting brainwashed when we were there.
I had AC in this car,
Oh, yeah?
and I removed it for that damn wastegate.
Oh, no.
Yeah, just so I,
Yeah. So, damn.
That's
yeah.
kind of a-
that's how much
That
I
was a-
wanted to run this setup.
I feel like there probably is another way, but it's.
Cheyenne was telling me to I could do like electric AC or something like that, but I don't care enough.
I mean, the wastegate, like even looking at, like we were thinking about running it around the steering column, but like removing it and everything is going to be a nightmare.
and then still going down where it should be.
Basically running the runner around the steering column somehow and putting the wastegate like right under it.
Yeah.
But then it looked like it was too close to the ground.
It would be. Teddy is running the weight. You know Teddy.
Yeah.
He's running that wastegate on on a right-hand drive car, and he said it was like hitting
Yeah. So it
because
is
we're
low
in the
anyway.
in the correct location. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My thing was I knew I wasn't gonna have AC in the car, so
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care if it goes there. But then when
It's a perfect spot.
Yeah.
It's like the only spot.
It is a
It's-
perfect spot.
It's so much room for it.
And the engine looks sick out of the car, like because it's been
Yeah.
out of the car for so long. So everyone comes up to like, what the fuck is going on
Yeah.
here?
What is that damn pineapple?
It's huge. It
They're
looks like a
"What are you
huge
doing?"
grenade.
And then you got like people like Jimmy Oaks and other people who run links and everything. They're like,
Yeah.
what kind of ancient fucking
The wastegate's
shit?
that big.
Yeah, they're like, dude, get rid of this shit. I'm
Yeah.
I
like,
hope this turbo is worth it because
100%.
like
oh, the TD06 is like,
100%.
that AC in this. Imagine you're driving, all the windows are closed.
I know it would be crazy.
You don't even know who the
I
hell
was
is in
never
there.
like I never. That's the thing is like I tell people I didn't really use it that much because like I enjoy driving with the windows down and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So it's like
It's nice
it's
when you
rare that I even
rarely
used
use
it. Yeah, it was more of a flex.
Yeah.
It was more of like, oh yeah, I have AC. Like I didn't really use it that much, and like
That's
I just
fair.
drove that. Were you guys here when it was like really hot these last 2
Yesterday?
days? Monday and Tuesday was like mid.
Monday and Tuesday we got lucky. We weren't here.
I was wearing.
I
black
drove this car
jeans,
around
dude.
then, and it's like, yeah, it's warm, but I'm not like miserable.
Yeah, and
I was happy to just be in the car.
exactly.
So
And I remember one of the things for me, because I was always thinking about it, I was like, I could put AC in the car. Should I do that? But the two things were heat on the track. I'm like, it's going to get hotter no matter what with the
Yeah.
condenser up there. And then I also was like, I want to see that Koyo fucking logo on there.
yeah,
Okay, so that's where I'm going to stop you because I also had the same thought.
Yeah.
So I pulled the condenser out of the bay when I was going to put the Koyo rad in, and as soon as
I
I put
think
the
you told me
Koyo
that.
rad in, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I guess we're going to delete the AC now because I'm not putting this shit back in here.
Yeah.
And then I took all the lines off, and then now that I think about it, I do drive around with my window. I don't really use it.
Because you're enjoying the car.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, dude, now
yeah.
like it's sitting there.
yeah. And when you have this wastegate,
Yeah.
dude, I can't. It's
That's going to be
crazy.
a problem.
Yo, y'all are getting giddy as hell over this
Dude, wait till he
pineapple
drives
thing.
it. Wait till
dude.
he drives it.
Josh
No,
always
don't.
sends me stuff too. He always sends me like sound clips from like Japanese cars.
Yeah.
And people were doing the RX series turbo and everything.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, look, he just sends it to me.
Yeah.
Like trying to get me a hurry
I would
up.
find a way to, Teddy's, I think it's his brother Zach with the
Yeah.
S13. His RX logo fell off because they're just
Oh,
glued
really?
on. Whereas the L2 is riveted.
When it falls off, I'll glue one of those on.
Absolutely. I was gonna get an RX.
Yeah.
And because it's you buy them because I had to have this thing rebuilt, ceramic coated, like completely
Wow.
serviced
Yeah.
to make it new, billet wheel installed.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could have just bought an RX.
Yeah.
But no, I wanted that stupid badge.
Yeah, the blue one.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
I was gonna get an RX and do the same thing.
Yeah.
But then I was gonna have to buy a TD06, another turbo probably, to get that badge.
Yeah. I never thought about that stuff because I was always a T28 guy. I never really
yeah.
cared.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I was like, all right, I did a 2.2. I'm not putting, there was a moment where we were like, oh, let's put the T28 back on it. And everyone's
my
like, what are you thinking? And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't care. I just need to build my engine. But I was like, okay, there's no way I can do that. So what am I going to do?
You
And then-
kind of are at an important crossroads right now because although
Yeah.
you're chatting all this, dude, because now every single time we talk to somebody, dude, and I tell them like, yeah, I go to Power FC waiting at home because right now I'm on a stock ECU. Love my stock ECU. I turn it on every other so often now and just turns on.
Yeah.
And I know that there's gonna be a time, not gonna be, but hopefully there's not a time where you go to turn it on and it's not supposed to turn on and it does. You know what I mean? Like there's something wrong where a link would be like, "Ooh, there, buddy."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
So now we got Mike
Well,
and talking about this, and you're about to.
For
put
me,
the-
it was a no-brainer. As much as I love the old school stuff, I'm doing Link.
Yeah.
I was not
Yeah.
Power FC was not even in my thoughts.
I could see myself going to it later, but I'm definitely going to run
Yeah.
it for at least a year or
I
something.
get it.
Don't.
Skinny D took a Power FC Commander. Did you see this?
Oh,
Skinny, he
I
took-
already
think I
had an
heard about
argument,
this.
dude. That was one of
That's
the
a ghost.
biggest.
Ghost just opened up the
He
cabinet.
did.
That was one of the biggest. He speckle dorked me, dude.
What?
Like he duped me.
with the
Yeah.
Power FC. The
Because
Commander?
the whole time I knew that car. I didn't know Dan yet.
okay.
I knew the car. I knew it had a 1J. I knew it had red seats and a Vertex kit. Like I like all of those things.
Yeah.
And I seen the Commander. So I'm like, oh my gosh, he got his 1J to have a Power FC in his IS. So this is a thing that can happen. I want to do this. This has to
Oh, so
happen.
that was really what.
Yeah, because all the faction team has a Commander. And I bought the Commander from Nick. I was so happy. I'd be pulling that thing out the box.
And then we found out, and then I contacted Pexi directly, and they're like, "Yeah, you should get a link."
Yeah.
No way.
No. But that's not
Yeah.
even it.
He's like,
What-
"That shit's gonna be a headache
Oh my god.
because you
When
have to
I-
run 2 ECUs like in tandem."
No,
Oh.
not in mine, baby.
Oh no.
We hit it with the Chris special. Yeah. That's
oh, I
one
thought you had
ECU.
to. But then why aren't you running it?
It was just easier that way.
Oh.
But that I got the Power FC, and then when I finally met Dan, I was like, "Yo, I'm running a Power FC because I saw you're on one." Like, and he's like, "I'd never run that shit," and I'm like, "What? Like, what's that?" He's like, It's a link, whatever you call the little screen,
Command. Oh, it's a I don't know. what this-
LED.
the whatever the readout is.
Oh, it's like a CAN bus gauge. I
Yeah,
think,
the
or
CAN
something.
bus
Yeah.
gauge in
The commander.
the commander, and I went from like laughing to like,
You got duped.
Yeah.
what the heck, man?
All
Like,
right.
but that's perfect right there if you think about it.
I said that too on the podcast. I was like, "Yo, Link, if you make a commander and it's cool, we'll just run that."
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm talking about. Dan did that.
In a way, can he use the buttons?
I don't think anything in there.
Like
I
it
think
needs
it's
to
just
work.
a shell.
Like
Okay.
it needs to work. I'm not putting some prop in there. I remember when Josh from Proceed had the 1J in his car, and he just put the commander in there.
Really?
it didn't turn on.
My
He's like, "I
commanders
just need that there.
My commander's literally in the car. Doesn't turn on.
Yeah.
Just the thing.
It's so funny, dude. I was so obsessed with running the Power C that I was like, "Yo, let's get individual exhaust temp gauges for every runner."
Oh my gosh.
I'm still gonna do it. I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be funny.
Then you should have
Why?
like 10 gauges.
I'm not
on the
gonna
dash?
I'm not gonna put them. I'm probably gonna put them in the glove box.
Okay.
But it'll just be like cylinder 1, 2, 3.
That'll
like,
be insane.
Just have like all these gauges everywhere. Be
And
like,
you can't even do anything with them on
Yeah.
the Power C.
yeah. I'm just like,
just
I'm the brain. I got to
Yeah.
make sure this thing's running
Yeah.
right because it won't. There's no fail safes.
What in the?
But you see shit like that when you look in
I
magazines.
saw it.
Yeah.
No, not the magazines.
Yeah.
I saw yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know whose car it is. Fuck. But they had so many gauges. I was like, damn. And I think
And it's
I
funny
think-
because most of modern ECUs you don't need any of them.
No.
I think now what's weird is that as I get older, I looked at the gauges and I was like, that's fucking like $3,000 worth of gauges.
Oh, yeah.
What the heck?
I said
Yeah.
it. I said it before. I want my car to run like a 1950s like P51 or something. Like,
Oh, really?
Yeah. I want to have to look at everything and be like, I'm the one that's
Flip
making sure this isn't
switches.
gonna blow up. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
exact, dude. Yo, that little Amazon switch panel because it's on one ECU because I told Chris, I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't run with what we're trying to do, put it to this. That's
Yeah.
it. I want it to
Well,
go.
you just wanted to drive the car.
and yeah, now when I get in, I get to go.
Yeah. But maybe in winter you set up the Power FC
I just have to plug it in
and get a tune.
and get the tune.
Yeah. Okay.
That's like one of the most important things.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I look at that fighter pilot thing that you're talking about, and I get it.
It's stupid,
And
but
I know
that's-
it's not dumb because, well, it might be dumb because I like it, but I bought like a Dymo label maker because in
Oh,
the
yeah.
planes it says like Druck
Yeah.
or like you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying. So I wanted it to look like that, and also like older Porsches had those
Yeah.
too, like race cars. They
I
always
gotta
just
figure
used
out
the
a-
label maker.
I gotta figure out a layout for the glove box because we actually made a AFR gauge mount for the glove box, but we
Okay.
never had it produced yet.
Oh.
But it looks awesome and it hides it because the AFR gauges are always ugly. so-
Always.
yeah.
That was
so-
my problem.
Yeah. So we made this nice setup, but now it's like fuck. I'm gonna need 27 fucking EGR gauges. So
Yeah.
And you always find that when you're looking at old gauges on Yahoo Japan and everything,
Yeah.
you always see the EGR gauge. You're like,
Yeah.
do they really use that shit? And it's like,
That's why it's the only one for sale still.
or EGT, yeah,
Yeah.
like exactly. Like they didn't have AFR gauges. Like they were using the exhaust gas temp gauge as a
tune,
as
as a statistic.
as how hot is the cylinder running.
Because I've tried finding I was trying to find like aero specific AFR gauge and I could not. I
you
didn't know
can't.
what they were running.
There's that one that's is it Greddy or is it Tomei or some shit?
the
But
VLS.
it's
Or-
one with like 3 needles on it, but I heard it's
Oh, I
like
didn't
doesn't
see.
work well.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They do exist, but I don't know how it works. Like I don't know if it's even a wideband.
The
Okay.
AFR gauge is on my Commander. Mine has an AFR readout on mine.
That's weird.
It says AF. Yeah.
Maybe because it's a JZ and the ECU might have
I don't, dude.
That's
don't look at me
really-
for confirmation right now.
Power
bro.
FC people, I always see them just worried about their knock. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
my knock.
Yeah,
safe.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
just looking at their knock.
because it's cool. You can actually see what
Yeah,
it's picking
it's like
up.
the only thing they look at.
But
I don't want that feeling, bro. I almost don't want that there.
There was one
because
time-
imagine just idle.
Imagine just idling and that shit. You just see like a.
It does that. It goes, and you'll
Like-
be like, whoa. There was one time we talked about this the other day, I think, but I cracked my oil pan somewhere. I caught it, but I guess I caught it late. I fixed it, drove home, drove for another week or two, and then we went out street drifting, and all of a sudden I got rod knock.
Oh.
And we're like all in this spot, and like we stop, and I get out, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, oh fuck. And I'm like, yo, what do you think that is? And Justin was like, yeah, that's fucking rod knock. And I'm like, nah, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just like my exhaust is hitting something. Like I'm just in denial. And I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna drive it home. I was like 10 minutes from home or less. And I remember getting on the highway, and you hear it like, and you're like,
Oh, that was a really good knock sound.
yeah, and I'm like, okay. And I get on the highway, and I'm getting on the parkway off Route 17, and I look down at the fucking knock reading, and it's just bouncing off the thing, like with the noise. And I'm like, and I just filmed it for Snapchat or something. I remember I was like, well, let's see what happens. And it blew up on the parkway before I got home.
Oh man.
And that was it. That was
Like the
only-
motor seized?
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, it locked up the wheels, everything.
Holy.
Yeah, just like I was like, oh fuck, pull over.
Oh shit.
Is that the same motor you have now?
No.
Okay,
so that
so-
motor, that happened to that motor. And it was funny because it was actually right before what I believe was the second Christmas video that we did.
Okay.
So we were like, we had it all planned already, but now I have no fucking car. And they're like, so we had to just throw an engine together. We got random pistons, rods, everything. We had new bearings, but we just threw this fucking engine together and ran it. That engine had low oil pressure, but we ran it for the video. It lasted a couple months, but at idle, you'd occasionally see the light flicker like a little bit.
man.
And I'd be like, did I see that? Like, you think you're seeing things?
I'm actually nervous as hell because now I'm just literally gonna be driving like this.
Yeah. But then I was like, okay, it's definitely a problem. So we took it apart. I think I sold it as is, like low oil pressure or whatever. And then the last one was the nicest one I ever got. But then I ran it too hot. I was drifting with Josh at Englishtown, and I was looking at a temp gauge, and I was like, it's way too hot. And I kept going, and it fucking detonation.
Damn.
Yeah. So
How far is Englishtown from you?
40 minutes.
Oh my
I'd say.
gosh. That's
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of realizing that to a lot of people that's unheard
Not to mention,
of.
it's, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best, drifting tracks in America.
Absolutely. And you
Yeah.
can go there any day of the week.
At
almost?
this rate,
Yeah.
pretty much.
That's
Not
open-
any day, but yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
That's kind of the thing that is unappealing to me and US Air. Is just it is 3 hours away, and like the amount of D-days they have, or like
Yeah.
it's like the amount of people signing up now because of how popular it is. It's just tough.
Do you think you guys are gonna get another track? Like
I don't
somebody's
know.
got to be cooking.
Yeah, you would hope so.
I think so. It's getting so popular that I think
I mean, how long are they going to be able to do final bout there? Like, there's
Yeah.
so many people.
Yeah.
Like, it's not big enough. So, I don't know.
I can't even imagine what this weekend's going to be
gonna be
like.
crazy.
Yeah. We've been hearing crazy numbers. We heard at one point, 100 drivers, 110 drivers. We were like, what?
Jesus. It's gonna
Yeah.
be like
oh my gosh, yo, Mike just got
10,000. It's like the amount of spectators and stuff too is going to be wild.
Yeah.
dude. Where are we gonna sit, bruh?
Who's that? Is that Eric? Is
Yeah.
that Eric Ryan? He's in the corner.
Oh my god, it is Eric Ryan.
He showed up. He's repping. He's got faction.
He got
shirt
the
on.
faction tee
I almost
on.
put my faction shirt on too.
Dude, we
Yo.
had our podcast with Chob, and he comes outside. I don't know why people. I still don't know why people think that there's beef, but he's wearing a Goodish shirt, and he goes, "Oh my bad, let me go change."
Yeah,
my
he literally was like,
gosh.
"Oh shit, let me change my shirt. My bad, my bad." I'm
I
like,
was
"You
like-
don't have to change your shirt."
Yeah.
I was hoping he was kidding, but then he
Yeah.
went to his truck, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Yo,
yeah, like
you
don't change your
no,
shirt, man.
I literally have a Goodish shirt in my
You
suitcase.
wore, yeah, or yeah, you
I got
were.
one in my suitcase on me. I like that shirt. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
We want to do one with Palmer. We've been trying to for years now, but it just never works out because you get to the track and you're like, everyone's running around. Everyone has a job to do.
Yeah.
I definitely was not asking him this time, dude. I'm so excited to see them
Yeah.
all drive together. I was not.
Yeah, I didn't ask him either. I was like,
I'm so happy for them, dude. Like, you know, what, that feeling's probably pretty sweet, Frankie.
he always does this.
That's
What?
right.
He
I want to
wants-
drive with Frankie so bad, dude.
It's coming. It's coming.
Like, cause a lot of people think I work at Faction. For like I don't know what episode number this is gonna be. It's gonna be like 119.
Damn.
I don't work there.
Yeah.
I like hanging out there, and these are my friends, and this is my team, and like I want us to be a team because I
Yeah.
would watch Frankie before,
just watching him.
Oh my
Just
through a
but
window or
through
something?
a window.
Or like
No, but like I would
on
go to
YouTube?
Club Loose and I see the cars go by and I'm like, that's pretty sick. So like if I get to be a part of that now, that'd be sick.
Yeah, and
You
I should
just gotta
hurry.
miss
I
couple
should hurry
missing
the fuck up
ingredients.
because having someone. I said this to Malcolm a couple months ago. I think I was like, I don't even think I said this to Carl, but I was like seeing. Oh, I said it to Princess. We were talking, and I said, I need to hurry up with my car because right now is a pinnacle moment because Carl is very into drifting.
He's good. He's getting really good.
and
Yo, thank you.
and he's very dedicated. And having a drift team, and this we'll go into another conversation with this
Yeah.
because meetings like people like that and all being able to do the same thing and rely on them is not easy.
No.
So it's like I need to hurry up because now is the time.
Yeah,
because
dude.
everyone's like he's into it.
Yeah.
I know our other friends that are out of it right now will get back into it once we're all driving. So it's like I'm gonna miss this opportunity if I don't.
Bro,
work
I
on it.
run BN Sports for your ass.
Yeah.
So
He's like,
just
I will
so
get a
that-
BN kit.
Just so that we can match.
Yeah.
Because I do see, dude, when I see you guys' cars, okay, they're not all the same.
yeah.
But they vibe with each other
Mm-hmm.
and they just look sick.
I think Gleam was my number one inspiration for not having the same colored cars.
Awesome.
Out of
Yeah.
everyone that I saw, you guys were that was the switch that went off. I was like, I don't want to have the same color.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that way. I don't know why
Yeah.
people took that like one thing of team drifting and ran with it.
Yeah, because it was always like, oh, you got the same car.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got that out of the way very early because we did that in like Final Bout 2 era, and we did it. We ran it like 3-4 years, and then we were just like, let's do different colors. But by that point, Justin was out of drifting, and then Scott moved, and everyone's falling apart. So now the rebirth is going to be everyone has a different color, but they're
Yeah.
very similar.
Cohesive. They
Yeah,
have to be
exactly.
cohesive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, the diversity quota crazy. Like,
Yeah.
Faction's going to
He's a
come back.
DEI.
DEI. Yeah,
The faction's going to come back and it's going to be like, where? That guy looked a little different before. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here? Like, but no, dude, that and going off of what you said, you guys have been around for a long time now too. Like,
Yeah, which is crazy.
it's probably nuts to be able to think back then. Like, how long? Many years did you say it was? Would you say?
we've been driving since the first final bout.
yeah.
Have you been to every single one?
Yeah, this is the only one I'm gonna miss.
Well, that's okay. We're gonna start the car. We're gonna drive it.
Take
up.
it.
Come on. Yeah.
That's pain.
Let's take it.
You got to bring it up. Come on.
You can take it.
No, you
I'm not
will.
taking your car to Final Bout.
Why not?
Shut the fuck up.
You are coming, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's coming, but he's might leave the car.
Yeah.
That's okay. I heard the reasoning.
Yeah.
I'm okay. with
I just
that.
want the car to like last as long as possible now.
Yeah.
This I took it apart in November of last year. This has been the longest I've gone without drifting in
Wow.
over 10 years.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it's
Hey, how does it feel
I was about to
get
ask.
back into it or being without it.
without it?
It sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found myself being like really bitter about stuff
Huh.
and stuff like that.
Just resenting
It was nice
everyone.
to take time. I mean, I guess it was nice to. I was obviously we had the baby, so
Yeah.
there was a lot of focus on that. But I was like, this is my main hobby,
Yeah.
so I was like still spending money and stuff like that. But it gets to a point where like with building the car, but like it just got annoying having to spend money. You know, you're like, oh, I gotta buy this now. or
Yeah.
this. So
That's kind of where I'm not. That's not where I'm at right now in the season. But like, since my car's kind of broken in tiny ways, I'm like, okay, I'll just let that sit now because I don't want to spend money on it. But I'm not gonna. It's not going anywhere. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll just move it further down the line of like
Yeah.
priority. I'd like to
Well,
do other stuff, the bodywork thing. Like,
But no one's worried about you, Carl. You're gonna work on your car. You're gonna get it done.
yeah.
You're just
book
like-
time crazy.
Yeah.
I'm a book time fiend, dude.
He's just the painting thing is what you're focusing on.
Which
right
I'm
now.
having fun.
Yeah.
Because now I'm about to do my shit and it's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Sick. Yeah, have a demo car.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I want to.
We gotta get
do.
we gotta get the van painted too. So
Yes,
Bro,
sir.
no. No,
That'll be a big
Yo,
one.
with this actually, my fan's gonna be way nicer.
I just don't know how you're gonna paint the roof.
Don't
Like
you worry about that, dude. On the
just
on
Carl like being hung by like
Yeah.
a little thing.
the,
Like,
on
yeah.
the on the JZX, I had
Mission Impossible, the roof.
on the JZX, I needed to be like 2 inches taller
yeah.
to get the perfect like.
You got to get the little stilts with the like.
Oh, like
on
the
your feet.
drywallers or whatever
Yeah.
they.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Just
no.
walk
This
around.
this was you're gonna love this. I have 2 long 2x6s.
And you just walk on it.
That's all I needed, dude. I put them right there on the side of the car, and like it just gave me that extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could put in between like 5-gallon buckets or something.
Holy crap! Imagine I just
Yeah.
tank right there.
That's what I was thinking with the stilts. You're just walking around and you just oh shit and fall over the hood.
Dude, like I don't know. It's weird because we had another painter, Eddie, on the podcast, and like
That is great.
even
He's
him
funny.
Yeah, his stuff's
explaining how the paint builds, because I think the illustration he used to me was like paints like this, right?
Oh yeah, that
And
was
then you like
crazy.
want to fill those with that, and then in my head I'm like, is that really how it works?
Yeah, it was hard for me to grasp that.
He's a
analogy.
production. He does at a body shop.
Yeah,
Or-
I would say yeah.
So it's production.
yeah. I don't know if they do like a lot of insurance stuff, but because
Oh,
they're
okay.
a little smaller, I feel like he's the only painter there, or one
Okay.
of two.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What was it like when you had the operation here? Like, did you work out of here? Was it the
No,
side
no.
job?
I've
Was it
always kept
primary?
my main job.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was coming home, having to do this on the side and stuff like that, which was wears on you
That's
too. And then also, so I had 2 drift cars in here. I had both of our dailies. I had a 1978 F250 too, so it was a big fucking truck. So I was having
Damn.
to move everything out. My cars were sitting outside while I had cars in here I was working on. It was just a lot. And,
where
like,
were you prepping?
in here,
You'd
or
prep
out,
and
or,
spray-
or I would do like bumpers and stuff right out this door, because I have my little compressor. Use like an electric DA or something like
When
that.
you prep in your spray space, is that affect
I use a leaf blower. I sweep and use a leaf blower and blow everything out and let it
leaf
settle.
blower is smart? Fuck.
Do you
Yeah.
spray the floor or whatever they tell you to do?
I've like wet it down and squeegeed it.
Okay.
But yeah, people do wet floors.
I paper. I go with the paper route, mainly just because like I can wet it. Nothing's stopping me from wet it. It's just I don't know. I just don't want big damp box because like we have a big insect
Yeah.
problem because I also
Humidity
live in
will
the
mess with
suburbs.
will mess
like,
with the paint.
That too.
I've
like,
seen people people use carpet and paint
carpet
booths.
and then they vacuum it
Yep.
really quick.
Yo, you know who you should follow or look into? I think we talked about this. Kevin Fan from Bosstown in
Oh yeah.
that area. He always had a crazy setup in his house. There's probably a lot of like tips and tricks for that shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm part of this Facebook group that Diego told me to join.
Yeah.
Homemade restoration or homemade
probably better.
restoration and bodywork or something like that.
Awesome.
And they're the most helpful people in there. It's like this guy, you would think that somebody, at least in our scene, would get dragged by this. It's like a tent, and it was like right next to his house, middle of the backyard type of beat. There's no walls on it. He's got like this big, those big circle fans that you would
Yeah.
see to dry
Yeah.
something, like the floor or something. And it's just pointing out. And he's like, hey guys, getting ready to do my first job. Do you guys have any tips and tricks? Comments. I go right to him because there was a lot of them. Go right to him. Everyone's supportive, helping him.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
telling him like, maybe try this in the meantime. I know this can't be like a permanent thing, but this might help you. Like maybe cover the floor, maybe
Yeah.
put a drop cloth that goes all the way to the floor or some sort of tip.
These are
like,
all people that actually do shit.
yeah, and
That's
like
the
and
difference.
giving them confidence too. Like picture of the work. I sprayed this outside.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes those are the best. Like
You're
something
using
like
wax
that.
and grease remover before you spray?
I,
Okay,
well,
per-
I
yeah.
use sprayway and flash it off.
Yep.
Like I'll wait.
Tack
That-
cloths. all
That's
those-
yep. Yeah.
Good.
I use that sprayway period to like
That stuff's the best.
walk around.
Is that the-
and
It's a glass cleaner.
glass
It's like in
cleaner.
the blue
It's
cap. I have.
ammonia free? It's great.
Yeah, that's the stuff we use at work also.
It's perfect. And then I'll walk around because every time at work, still work in the office.
Okay.
Every time I work, I'll turn it on like some sort of body work channel. Dude, they're really spraying that shit with something.
The wax and grease remover.
Like crazy though.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, they writing that shit off.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I can't just be doing that. So I like how sprayway's in an aerosol. Like I can
Yeah.
kind of make it as efficient as
Are
I
you
want.
getting any fish eyes or any problems like that?
Not
Okay.
really. I try to prime stuff as soon as I see it's like a deviation in like I guess what I would think is the surface.
Okay.
Like when I did the JZX, I had that M Sports hood, a replacement fender. The bumpers are all fiberglass, so I primered all of those, and the rest of it I scuffed
Okay.
because it was beautiful. I don't know why,
Yeah, I know. I talked to him the other day.
bro. It was a beautiful 6 and 9, so it's ebony teal.
Oh, man.
Toyota Chaser.
Like greenish
like-
black.
He was like, I want to do it in black. I'm like, dude, it fucking looks so nice.
Yeah.
We did it in black, and it was my first black car, and there was no fish eyes.
Awesome.
But I did run it a little wet.
Okay.
And then we cut and buffed it, and it looked phenomenal. I was
It's
just
good because usually a lot of people lay it dry because they can't like get the right visual. Like they don't know how to use the light to lay the clear down correctly.
it took me a while to understand it, but like now when I'm looking at it, you can almost see it do that, and there's like a sweet window there that I call it the window, but I'm like, fuck, move, like go, like next, like make sure your overlap is not right there again. You better like go.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just fun. I never thought that I would like it this
Yeah.
much. I did. Like I find myself thinking about how this could have happened, and like I guess we were fucking around with spray paint and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and like just painting stuff, and like now it just fucking escalated.
That's how it started for me as well. I was like you remember my red hatch I built? It was like super low on Origin Aggressive.
Aggressive.
It was.
I bet I'd recognize
I built
it
that
if I
car
saw
in a parking lot I was living in
Yeah.
at the time. We spray painted that in
That's
in the
funny.
parking lot. It came out pretty good.
So many people have stories of
And
building cars and
So like my
apartments.
friends I was good friends with through high school, their dad was the GM of the shop I now work at, and he's like, you're like messing with cars. Do you want to just come work at the shop? So I started out cleaning cars, cleaned up the shop, worked my way up.
And now you're doing like one of
Yeah.
the crucial components of
Fixing
of the
cars
shop.
correctly.
Like what?
And it's like the morals aspect of it too. Like you want to put a safe car back on the road.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, so if we're talking about like more of the moral aspect of it, like when I think of somebody bringing me something for paint, sometimes it's not just like a little BS little bumper for this guy's project or her project. It's like they made that car and they're going to you now to finish it up.
Yeah.
Like
It's like a tune. It's like the last-
to make it that final step. So that first car I ever did, that green S14, I see like where I messed up a little bit of it. Like there's modeling in the metallics and
Yeah.
stuff, and there's dry spots in
That
the
could be the
clear.
gun. Could be a drop
I
coat
think it was
issue.
yeah, it could have been the glamour or whatever, the drop coat.
Yeah, of the
maybe
base.
was
Yeah.
not good. And that when it rolled away and he said like I just got it tuned before I dropped it off, I told him, dude, this drive home is probably gonna feel so cool.
That's a
Yeah.
cool color. You painted that too.
Yeah, it was like a little TCP color, like a TCP.
Oh, just something he
global.
bought offline?
Yeah, just something.
Yeah.
But that I told him that feeling was probably gonna be awesome. He always said thank you. You know, I see other people appreciating it, and that, you know, that it's cool.
Yeah, it is wild how many people are going to Carl, like based off of him just talking about it. I mean, they're like, "Yo, I want to go to you and have you spray my car." 'cause-
Yeah.
I just want to provide.
It's hard
service.
to find someone also.
yeah,
I didn't
I
know
still
that.
get asked like, and I have to like turn a lot of people down, especially even friends and stuff like that.
yeah. Especially once you're like really good, and then you're like, okay,
Yeah.
well now it's like this shit's expensive. Like, you know, Carl's still in the stage where he wants to offer it pretty fair price.
Yeah.
because he doesn't feel like he's at a certain level, so he wants to do it at that price, and that's perfect for
Yeah.
drifters.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude. And tell me if I'm wrong, but there has been a decline, right, of the cars at Club Loose that look really sick.
I think so.
And
I think so, yeah.
And tell me that it can't be possibly because
Painting.
painting got way expensive.
Yeah, it probably
So
has something to do with it.
let's say now coincidentally
Carl's here to
I
save
get
the world.
Yeah, let's say coincidentally I start going in and then this line starts going up too.
Yeah.
I'm not going to correlate the two together.
But if someone
But
did,
it'd be really cool if we brought that style back to Club Loose, because Club Loose is still
that's our home.
that's the
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
So it'd be really cool if they were like, because now Jake asked me to fucking paint his car. I'm
Do
gonna
it.
do
I love that
Bobby's. I'm
Jake's
gonna
here.
do Steve's.
You'll probably meet Jake this weekend, but he's
Okay.
a young dude from Club Loose. and
He always
he's-
does this.
I've
face.
heard you two guys talk about him.
Yeah.
Sounds
The-
pretty rowdy.
Hits
Yeah,
this
he
face
is.
all the time. You'll see him.
Jake's funny, man. He's a
I
young
love
kid. He's
Jake.
Club Loose, and he's like the epitome. Well, like I saw him the other night when we were there, and I was like, "What are you doing here? You shouldn't be like this. You're the epitome of Club Loose right now. Like you should not be here because they never come out. Like those guys never go anywhere like this. Like this is crazy. So, but I like that he's here, you know, and he's seeing all this because it makes me feel like obviously we're here, Front Street's here, but it feels like other people from our area are here now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it really has been pretty fun.
I always wanted the Bloodmasters to make it here. They almost did one year. They were like,
They'd be really good, right?
they would destroy the driving aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the cars, I think the cars are looking way better than they ever have before. Like, I don't know about right this moment, but the last 5 years. But I don't know what happened. Something didn't work out. But getting those guys to all go somewhere is going to be hard anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, one day maybe it would be really cool because Simba, all those guys know them. Like they're all friends. They all started drifting at the same time.
Yeah, they're on the old forums and stuff like
Zip
that.
Tide,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yo, I finally got to meet like Petty and stuff. Like
Petty's
really
the
having
man.
conversation, just hang out.
Yeah.
He ain't driving all the way up here to do.
Yeah, I know. I think he would consider it depending on who was going and if, because I really do think he would consider it. But.
Just to like lead a trail of cigarettes and beers
Oh my
all the way
God.
from New Jersey all the way to Shawano.
Yeah.
And he, what am I doing here?
Yeah, one day, man. But I hope these guys come out. Like, I want you guys to come out to E-Town would be crazy.
Yeah, dude, you need a cage though, right?
We were talking about this the other day.
We'll talk about it.
Well, we could talk about it.
Because I
now.
talked about it with somebody last night, and I think that we can do that.
Yeah, there's
We'll make this
ways
happen.
to.
I don't mind.
Get around it.
What is the? Do you need door bar specifically or a cage?
Well,
or what's
basically, you guys just probably can't come out for a big spectator event. We would
Okay.
have to do something a little different, And there's probably some other things we can do because there's.
I mean, I've been to like, dude, I've been to Texas 3 times driving.
Yeah,
That's awesome down
they
there.
don't need cages or. shit
No,
like
no,
that.
no.
Yeah.
But
New
it's just
Jersey
traveling
seems-
for fun. It's just fun to like I was talking about with the
Dude.
stagnant stuff here.
Yeah, the
It's fun to
van.
go.
Got to get a van, pull your friends in.
Yes, sir.
Whoa, he does
Dude.
not need a van. You know why?
I got the GX.
Yep. But just all you guys coming down at the same time would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. We always try to do it, the Front Street guys and us. We always try to convince Simba and them to come down. Simba's been there. The braking guys have gone there before. I think ECB 2012 or something.
So long ago.
Yeah, but that was one of my first bigger drift events. And seeing Derek there and everything, I'm like, yo, these cars are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like that kind of fucked my mentality up because the next year nothing there was cool. You know what I mean?
man.
Like, but like one year it was like, what the fuck is all this? But it was all from the Midwest.
I can't. I can't. We need to do something with that, dude. We know too many cool people.
Yeah.
And
Carl
so
wants
many
to throw
cool
an event.
cars.
Like,
Do it.
What
yeah.
I want to do is like, I have like my friends now too that aren't. I want to have all the teams
Yeah.
because those teams are friends, and those friends are gonna have a trip of their own too.
Yeah.
So everyone's having a fun trip, and then we just go drift.
Yeah.
Like, and now we got to do this one thing that we.
And then we
did.
can take you guys out to places like they
Yeah,
did.
that's what I'm thinking. Like, what would we take
Street
you guys
spots?
to do?
We're taking you to Korean barbecue. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
But they have that here.
Juicy
don't care.
platters or whatever.
Yo, not even juicy. We got to take you to the real one. Halal guys in New York City.
Dude,
You guys
and-
talk about it so much. I feel like I know what it is.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. We should have brought it. We
Yeah.
should have just brought.
Yo, you guys might have one in Chicago. I didn't look it up.
Oh,
but
really?
You might. It could be
Halal
possible.
guys or juicy platters?
Halal guys, you definitely have, but it's not the fucking same. Don't even bother.
It's just a
going.
different
Okay.
taste, but same concept, different taste.
It's
Yeah.
not the dudes like cutting this stuff with their feet, is it?
I
like those,
mean-
they're getting
They-
really
no,
bad
they cut 'em with their
PR
elbows.
on fucking Instagram reels right now.
I mean, they call it street meat, so it's up to you what you want to
Oh
do with
my
that.
Who's
God.
who's call? No one's calling it that.
Street meat, New York
Street
City.
meat.
Yeah,
That's just a
There's-
cart.
Nah, street meat truck. Look at.
You're going to different.
No, I'm telling you.
You're going to different carts getting weird meat, dude. That's no, but juicy platters. That might be
Juicy platters
I would
is
much
like a
rather do that.
restaurant.
That's a staple. We get it every week.
Yeah.
You go there and you tell them, hey, I might have like a bunch of cars coming here this one
Nah,
one
fuck.
night.
See, me, I want to drive. Everyone drives to New York City, and that's an experience.
Okay.
I feel like just you're all hanging out there, and then you drive back.
I've
And
never
that's- This
been
is what we
there.
used to do, like when we would go to Queens to drift and stuff too. So
Yeah.
it sucks. The road is terrible. Like you're gonna be, but it makes it fun.
It's
you know?
far. And like
It ain't far.
the Juicy Platters little meetup would be sick because it's like 10 seconds down the road from Faction. So like that Faction open house, like that'd be a cool little
we should have them cater it.
afters. Dude. And just show them actually what you do. They know Frankie in there.
Really?
They
Yeah,
really
I go there too.
I
often.
joke we joke about it. They really know.
It's like 5 minutes down the street from my apartment. So I'm
and it's
just
good
like,
food, like healthy.
Yeah, it's
decently healthy?
not. Yeah, it's not fucking McDonald's. So
Okay,
I'm like,
yeah.
okay, this ain't that bad. You know,
walks
So-
in. Hi Frankie.
But
and then
yeah,
they plug his order in. And that's it. They know him.
yeah, it's good. And
Ah,
it's
man.
not super healthy, but it's
Yeah.
yeah.
What's your plans for the future? Like, are you like not?
I want to keep driving.
Yeah.
I've thought about maybe building another car for track-oriented car, like a little different setup, but we'll see what happens with this.
What about work? You want to be at the shop?
Yeah, I really like what I do.
Okay.
I'm like really blessed that
You
I
never
enjoy
thought
what I
about
do.
doing your own? What about that?
Yeah,
You
but
had
it's
to have.
easy. What?
You had to have thought.
Yeah,
about
but it's
it.
easy for me right now. I have it made. Like my work is like it's 3 miles from here. I can go, leave all that shit at work.
Yeah.
I make good money. I can afford all this stuff. I can afford my life. It
Sounds like Ed.
It's
Funny enough. Remember Eddie? We
it's-
asked him the same
yeah.
thing, and he's like, I have a good relationship with my boss. Like, he's like, I'd rather just leave it like this.
Yeah, and in that industry, like a good tech is hard to find. So even if I did want to leave that company for some reason, I could go anywhere else and find a job.
Look into this. I need to-
Your mic again.
I mean, if it's something you're interested in doing for a living, I would really.
about
Would you
this.
do paint?
Shit.
Yeah,
Carl.
Is the mic messed up?
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, no, I good. I would like I would
Yeah.
do that. I would do whatever it is that you need me to do to work on commission and
Because
afford
we
an S14 on Urus Type 2.
We hire people, younger kids, and I mean, it's just tough to find any good help. Any good help.
I feel like there's too much. I always think that there's too much. I'm like, there's so
No.
many kids
Not
in the
in the auto
cars.
body industry.
They gotta.
Not in the auto body industry.
Really?
It's tough, man.
They're all old.
Older. The average age is 55, I think.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are right, because all the guys at Ethan's shop are old too.
They're old as
the
hell. That's-
average age in auto, because I talk to people.
Oh, your mic again.
I talk to people that come in, like we have like paint reps or sales reps, or I talk to all these dudes. Like I'm friendly with them, and I'm like, just talk to them about the industry and other
Yeah.
shops and stuff, and
I just feel like kids don't want to fucking, like, they don't want to work anymore. Like, they're like,
or they want to be making like $30 an
Yeah.
hour right away.
Yes.
It's just difficult, or they don't want to grind. And it's like I
Yeah.
try to like I have trained. We have a local. It's College of Lake County. It's a local community college. They have an auto body program, and we have trained. I have one main apprentice, but I've trained 2 kids there,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
that is like, if there was a future in that where I could make good money, like training
Yeah.
people, I would love to do that. I love training. I love teaching people stuff.
oh, that's cool too, though.
Yeah, so like having someone work under me.
You could probably do that on the side.
If I could work, I don't even know. I'd have to work for a school or something like
Yeah,
that.
like doing something where you teach
Yeah.
on the side, because we were talking to Lee too, and he's doing that drifting, like
Yes,
T Corp
yeah.
thing and all that. That sounded really interesting as well. Like he was.
Because there is like, as you know, probably in the automotive industry, there's like some people are kind of like older dudes, especially, can be kind of tough to work with.
Oh yeah.
Their attitudes,
Especially if
and
they
stuff
don't
like
like
that.
learn or teach or
Yeah,
whatever.
or they don't want to learn themselves. That's a big problem.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, it's kind of the same in the mechanic field too. Like, it's hard to find people that are good,
Yeah,
that don't want to get paid $1 million right off the bat. It's like, dude, if you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to get paid that much, and you have to learn. So if you have to learn, that means you have to enjoy the suck for a minute
Yeah.
and just fucking deal with it.
That's so Ethan's shop. I told him, because again, when I picture a painter, I worked at a body shop briefly, but not thinking back on it. I did not take that for granted. I took that for granted, and there was opportunity there, and I blew through it because I was out of college, wanted to go my desk job, what I went to school for, and didn't work out. But like, I don't know, that
you can't be
industry, it's
expected to know
always
what you're
like,
doing at that age, man.
I
Like,
know,
people go
I-
military and stuff like that's crazy to me, or send people to college even.
But the thing is like, when you think of a painter, I always just thought of him as just some old dude who has a cigarette in his mouth, who just like lays the color down after everyone's done prepping it, and he hates
Yeah.
the rest of the other people at the
Yeah.
shop. Like, that's what I think of a painter, and I feel like it doesn't have to be that way.
No.
But
Those
now
people
that-
are going to die off, and they're
Yeah.
bitter, and nobody's going to want to work with them. They live a bitter life, and it's just a sad individual.
Damn, so the whole shop does hate him.
Dude, if we had Ethan here right now, he'd be going off.
Yeah, the painter at our shop has
Yeah.
been there for 40 years.
Yeah, dude, the painter in my work's been there for a really long time also.
Dude, I want to like, I even told him, like, if, let's say I do that for a year, I pick up as much as I can, absorb like literally as much as I can, develop my own processes. And not saying that I would just leave, but if it wasn't working out for me, at least I would have learned something. Instead of like years flying by, I'm kind of just sitting behind the desk now.
Yeah.
And like,
I think you should 100% go to a shop, find a nice quality shop that you think is aesthetically looks like a clean shop. There's shops that I've seen that are super low ceilings. They're dingy. They're grimy. There's parts from like 1980 sitting in the corner. Stay the fuck away from those.
Those are the ones that
go to
yeah.
like an actual nice shop. I don't know anything really about Gerber's or these like chain shops. I would try to find an independent shop that is like more family oriented.
So it's collision.
Yeah, auto body. Yeah, collision painting. I don't know.
I mean, even Ethan's shop, maybe.
If you have the drive and you want to be a paint prepper, and as long as there is a future for you to be a painter, because there's some people that you'll get stuck. If you're good at what you do, you're stuck there because they're like, oh, he's good. Well, I'm not going to teach him how to paint. He's a
Yeah.
great prepper, or he's good at buffing. Why am I going to have him? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they're not going to find anyone to fill that position.
I do know that. So I'm not good with I'm not bad, but I'm not the best with planing. Probably because I didn't have these, but
Blocking.
yeah,
Okay.
blocking and making it like a flat plane where you will see no deviation in the surface. I like laying the color down. It's
Yeah.
probably my favorite thing about it. I like making sure, like, you mix it, make it feel like a mad scientist, put it in the gun, and the moment that it lays on, you're just watching it change in front of you, and that's what I like about
That's
it.
the most satisfying part. Everything leading up
best.
to that sucks.
Everything leading up to it. Well, no, like on a spray day, if I know the whole week, I had spent all week prepping because on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm just gonna have booth loads, and then the little process that I have on a spraying day, it's like nice. I have fun doing it because it's like, let me repaper the booth. I clean the gun usually, at least before I use it every time, and then make sure my space is clean, my line isn't going to get caught on everything, practice the walk around, and then spray it. That's like my favorite thing to do,
Sweet.
because it's like, what sucks is that now I have to clean it all up,
Yeah.
and I also have a bit more of a sustainable way to set everything up.
Are you using a PPS system?
a cup system?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
I was spraying with just the metal cups for the longest time. And
I
it,
was
like,
too. Oh
is
my
such a nightmare. You're like
Dude,
having to clean out
What is PPS?
paint prep system, I think, right, or something
They're
like
like
that. It's-
disposable cup liners.
I
so
can
don't
show
have
you
to-
them. I have,
Oh,
yeah.
I think
I
I've
have
seen
boxes of them and stuff like that. It makes it
Okay.
so much
It's
cleaner.
so
All you have
nice.
to do is basically screw the thing, the cup, the paint
Yeah.
cup, and then just clean the gun. Instead,
Okay.
you're cleaning the big cup full of paint
Yeah,
or primer.
that's crazy.
You're going through paper towels and primer and
I was
and
trying
thinner.
to think of finding a bolt to screw into the cup so that I could just shake it a bunch of times and then get really a lot of it out. But
Yeah.
I was so sick of doing it, dude. Like,
Cleanup and prep is always the craziest part with paint.
it's not even just because it's going to come out bad. It's going to come out unusable, dude. And then
Yeah.
you're going to have to really, like a paint reaction. I had 2 really bad ones. And after that, that's why now I'll make sure to primer it if it needs primer. I don't care if I have to wait another day to go get primer. Because, like, the reaction, it just looks so bad.
Yeah.
Like, Wags' bumper has those little dimples on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's a reaction to happen.
Oh, I thought that was
Maybe-
like chips or something.
No. Maybe to the fiberglass that didn't cure. It was probably still kind of soft, maybe, or maybe it wasn't primed, or I don't even know what causes it. It just, I guess, deviation in the surface. But
Now I'm learning shit from Carl.
Good.
Yeah,
He can spray your car if you need a spray.
He probably
No, he
will
wants me to
eventually
spray the inside.
be doing that.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
easy peasy though.
It's either Carl or Ed doing the next thing. But then eventually Carl's going to be. We needed someone
Absolutely. Everyone
to
does.
paint.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he's doing this because it's going to be very helpful. Because when before Carl was in the group, we were fucking borrowing paint booths, like all this shit. Luckily, Justin used to work at a shop that had a paint shop attached to it. So like we would borrow the guy's booth, prep everything ourselves, drive the cars there, take everything off, whatever prep saw or whatever, everything down and tack cloth it, and then we just spray it in the booth. We would do everything. Like Justin literally had to learn how to paint.
Yeah.
And then we'd just leave, and then it was nice. It was really convenient, but you're not always gonna have that. So having someone that knows how to do it and like that's
Yeah.
his thing, that's really good.
Dude, you didn't even when you pulled up, you can't even tell, Vero. Frankie pulled into the driveway. I just got done painting.
It looks like a meth lab is in there.
Yeah. Because the plastic is ceiling to ceiling,
Yeah.
and it's on the further side. It's literally just like this, and in the middle, it's just split,
Yeah.
and you can't see in anymore because
Anything could be going on behind that plastic.
Anything.
Yeah. You got a meat factory. You could be killing people.
How did you vent this room?
I had, I think this was the exhaust and that was my intake. So I would close the garage door on a fan or
And you
just
built
keep it open
something?
and then have a fan shooting out here.
Hell yeah.
Because I didn't want it because I had the cars parked right here.
Yeah.
So I didn't want it shooting on my cars or into the
What about your
neighbors.
neighbors?
Yeah, just hope for the best. I have like filters like on the
Yeah.
exhaust fan, but no one actually said anything.
Did it do a
surprising.
lot? The exhaust, the charcoal. It's like a panel filter or whatever. What filters did you use?
Like a house filter from
That's
Home
what I
Depot.
use. Okay,
Yeah,
yep,
like
we're on
literally
the
just
same
an
page.
HVAC filter.
I did the same thing once. We built a paint booth in the driveway before final bout because we had to paint 2 cars, and we were like, "Fuck, what do we do?" Got a whole carport,
Okay.
cut holes in it, put box fans in it with filters. It worked for the first car, which was mine. The second car didn't really work out that well. The fucking paint was contaminated. There was water everywhere. Everything was humid.
Oh man,
It was
yeah.
fucked.
That's
Yeah.
the problem with small compressors. Also, is they create a
too.
lot of water.
Yeah,
I have a 30-gallon.
Yeah, that's what I have too.
Yeah.
That's what I spraying with here.
it looked
I,
like lizard skin or something, alligator skin.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like
that's-
like
that's a-
crazier than
the
fucking
gun could have been dirty or it could have been hot in there. Like, there's so
Yeah.
many things, dude. Painting is so weird.
We
It's
got
so cool though.
We got a lot of questions. I want to ask some of these. Let me see.
For me?
Yes.
Do you,
Oh my
wait, wait, wait.
god.
Has this
When
ever
did you
happened
post
to you?
this?
Has this ever happened to you too? Sorry.
No, go for
I
it.
gotta ask.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what causes this, but I'll do all this work and come out with a bad job, and then some days I'll go outside and spray something in the middle of the backyard, and it
Yeah.
would come out amazing.
Yeah.
What
It's
is that?
Something on the surface usually, or something in the lines. So I don't know what your filter system is like, or like for your inline system.
I have like a one on the compressor that's
Yeah.
a bigger one, and then on the gun I have like a
The
little.
little red pod.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And then usually it's do you use wax and grease remover?
Just
That's like a fail safe. Or do you just use glass cleaner?
I just used the glass.
I would
cleaner
get wax and grease remover and wipe everything down with it.
and get one of those.
And
like,
then if you want to
refillable,
start
John.
sealing, also using sealer. So I don't know what primer you're using.
And it's like a high build filler sandable.
What brand?
Rust-Oleum.
Okay, so I use it's called U-Paul. Have you heard of this brand?
fucking Diego's
Yeah,
trying to.
U-Paul's
It's
legit.
and it's nice.
The
You can get
price
it off
point's
Amazon.
nice.
The price point's super nice, and you can thin it out so it's sealer. So you can use it as a high build primer and block that.
That's what he said too.
And then you can thin it out as sealer, and that's like ensuring you have the cleanest. So you're sealing it, and then you're basing it after that sealer flashes,
No more sanding
and then
after the sealer.
no, after the sealer, no, you're basing after that.
Yeah, I heard about this. Sometimes I just watch painting.
So I
YouTubes.
don't have a gallon here. I have a gallon of it at work, but like it's a green gallon of primer.
Orange other little thing. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
on the
the-
Amazon ad.
Yeah, yeah, you should get that. It's so useful because it's 2 for 1 because you can thin it out to a sealer. Then
Yeah, that's. If it's a small job, I'm a can primer. Dude, filler primer, 'cause it's just like-
if it works, I personally don't like something that doesn't have a catalyst in it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
Just
not
me.
the same result.
Yeah, I use just a can for etch primer, like when there's bare metal.
That
just, like,
too. Like just a quick. If it's something, I just.
Yeah, all that U-Paul stuff is really good, and you can get on
What about
Amazon.
epoxy primer?
That for like bare metal and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, that's a whole thing. Like,
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I don't
I'm
know.
Like that seems a little crazy for
yeah,
some
that's
shit
like
we do.
fucking restoration stuff.
Yeah.
But then also I'm like, this car is like spent its whole life outside in horrible conditions. Now it's going to be inside. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
either.
we, like the seam sealers and stuff are all epoxy, so it's like good for bare metal.
Okay.
So I don't really know.
Because my interior, I'm redoing it, and I'm like, okay, let me spray
Primer.
self etch on
Yeah.
the bare
Yeah.
metal areas. I'll seam seal where I want to, or I'll prime everything and then seam seal on top of that, right? And
Yeah.
then paint. Yeah. So yeah, but it's I don't know. Part of me is like, do I need to prime this whole fucking interior? Like
You could seal and shoot it probably.
it's in pretty fucking good shape.
Yeah.
A lot of it. you
It
know?
looks
I would
really
just
clean
scuff it
after.
and seal it and
Yeah.
shoot it.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Sealer is basically really thin primer.
Okay. Yeah, I heard about the sealer thing too.
Yeah.
I obsess over painting because it seems like there's little rules you got to follow.
I know. You
And
should see
then-
the dudes in these auto body pages. They're like, you need to use epoxy primer before you fix every dent. I'm like, dude, we're
Yeah.
fixing like a Kia. Like, I don't need to fucking.
Yeah, I'm like,
not
self-etch
every-
is good. And you know
Yeah.
what? I keep bringing him up. Sorry, Jimmy. I guess I'm fucking on your shit lately, but Jimmy is a real good inspiration for interior painting and stuff like
Absolutely.
that. He's very meticulous, but he swears by self-etch and just you
Yeah.
know, go for that. He does use epoxy primer if he's doing something big, like a whole huge area.
Mm-hmm.
He says it's a better thing to do, but I don't know. I
My
feel like
thing is like if the hood's already, so I have a 240Z hood at the house right now. It's our
Mm-hmm.
friend Endy's, and the previous painter, I guess whatever they used to seal it up after they did the body work, it had rust in there that wasn't
fully gone, I guess, or wasn't treated correctly, and
Okay.
now it had like bubbled up the paint. Paint looked pretty okay on the top. It bubbled like a big bubble to the point where like it just boom, like chunks of clear, the sealer or whatever the primer they decided to use under that, and now I thought that the epoxy primer is whenever it gets to bare metal and you have that situation where it's possible.
I think regular primer will not adhere to bare metal, or something correctly. I don't know. So that's where you use an epoxy,
Okay.
and then you scuff that or whatever, and then you do your body work and then prime it.
I was thinking it was better. Yeah, it was better to, or yeah, for regular primer won't adhere to bare metal. Yeah, what you said, like something like that.
I don't know. There's always so many things.
Yeah, I
Is
just
there a lot
don't
of
know enough
questions?
about the specifics.
There's not a lot of questions because I just posted it before, but there's some stuff here. Let me.
How are you shocked that people have questions for
I
you,
don't know
man?
why people want to talk to me.
I really did not. I have tons of friends.
I'm
dude.
literally
like,
just like, I guess, I don't know. I'm just a nerd for
like,
this
you're doing a
stuff. and, like,
podcast with Mike. He's the nicest dude ever. That's what Bryson said this morning. Like, how do you know
Bryson
this?
is the nicest dude
How do you know
ever.
this guy? He's like, yeah, man. No, he's a really nice guy, man. He's a really nice guy.
Thank you.
Is that how he talks?
Yeah, dude.
We got some questions too, Carl. But Josh Delee's not a question. He says, "Why does he have the best car ever?" Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Thank you.
You got your friend group really likes this car.
Yeah.
And it's
And
not.
that like means a lot coming from Josh also.
Yeah,
So
for sure. Because Josh is into his own thing right now with the other style. But
Yeah.
we all know where Josh started, and
And we talk a lot about like turbo setups, and he's been to Japan so many times. So I
Yeah.
ask like how they set up
This
cars
is his
over there.
favorite
Yeah,
setup.
so he's a wealth of information to me as well.
Yeah. Connor Croak says, "Why is he so handsome?" I guess that is a fact. Do you know
Bro?
Connor Croak? He's
Yes,
one,
yeah. Anytime he comes out for final bout, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Dude, I hope he just appears there this.
That's
this
what
time.
happens every year. I'll be looking
Yeah.
out at the track, and I'm just doing my little scan, and I'm looking. Oh,
And Connor's just there.
He's gonna skate the whole way here.
Yeah, and like we're like, who did you come? I don't know, but I'm glad you're here. We didn't know you were coming
and the
out.
thing is like no matter where we are, even though it's a very strange setting, and I'm bugging out saying, "Hi, Connor," he'll just be there.
Yeah.
So chill.
Just
like,
the way.
it just doesn't.
Another question for us was, are the pods going to be on Patreon early this year? Yeah, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to release, I think, all of the podcasts, or at least a good group, right away on the Patreon.
What sucks is like whoever asked that question, if they're not subscribed, they're never going to get their answer because it all went out already. These aren't live, unfortunately.
Yeah, we are releasing one this week, so that will be, well, no one will.
I think that's a good idea, though.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that. I always forget we're not doing this live.
Yeah.
Because we've been
What
so
are they
used to it.
thinking? How are you going to get your answer, bro?
I got to DM that guy. I'm not going to try to read this name, but recommendations for getting into drifting today at an older, not old in quotes, but older age, balancing adult responsibilities.
Damn, that's a pretty good question, actually.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just because,
For everyone, but yeah, I would say
Yeah.
you.
yeah.
I don't know. Just you do have to sacrifice a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of I don't know things I have to sacrifice in order to afford this stuff.
Yeah.
And I just like I said, anything that's not useful in my life, I just don't have.
That's true too, though. You
Yeah,
can't have.
this
you
is
can't
my
have
like
a,
main vice, you know.
Yeah, you can't have like a million hobbies. When
Yeah,
you're doing this.
yeah. I obviously, as you can tell, like this is what I focus on.
Yeah.
Besides my family now, so
And
it's
it
like,
shows.
Thank you.
Because then it's like a master of, what is it?
Yeah. I know what you're
you
gonna
know what
say.
I'm talking
about.
I wish I could remember it, but
Jack of all trades, but a
yeah,
master of none.
yeah,
You can
yeah.
see that in a lot of people, though, in a lot of cars and stuff like that, or just like anything they do.
yeah. No, yeah. This is. I mean, I'm not gonna keep complimenting your car.
Bouncing on it.
Oh,
Diego said, "Not a question, but have a good Friday and good luck at final bout." Oh, that's good.
Fucking Diego, bro. Go back to work. You got a bunch of, dude, Diego. That
he
guy,
works for himself, right?
yeah.
Wow.
Dude, he's every day. Quit your day job. How are you today, though? Like
Yeah.
that, and like, hey, how are you? Quit your day job yet? Oh, okay.
Well, he wants you to see you painting, right?
Dude, I just think it's wild to me that word catalyst, that was the catalyst for me. That's bouncing on it.
What
'Cause-
him? Like,
Yeah, because
yeah, but that's good. He teaches you a lot of stuff, and
over the phone.
yeah,
Diego, I got this issue. What do you think I should do? I was gonna do this, but and he's like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. But maybe try
The
this.
craziest part about Diego is the first time I met him was in Japan.
Really? Oh,
Right?
Wow.
At Bihoku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just walking around. He's like, yo, what's up? I was like, oh, are you Diego? He's like, yeah. I'm like, this is insane. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck are we doing?
Crazy.
Here? Fake_Sylvia says, best in the game.
I was just talking to him.
agree.
He's a new dad also.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's Nate.
Okay. I don't
Yeah,
know if I
super
know
cool
this guy
guy.
or not.
Yeah, they're all really like it's like the ones that got the sickest cars are all in that not phase, but what happened?
No, the phone was
But not
vibrating.
that phase of life, but like to see you guys just kind of progressing through life, like kind of is wild to me. Cause it's like wholesome. It's like
It's good.
yeah.
Jake Jordan says, do y'all miss New Jersey?
No.
Well, I always miss New Jersey, just for the record. But we're having a good time right
Me
now.
and Johnny were in the middle of the dispensary yesterday and Johnny's telling me
Yeah, Johnny, #1 New Jersey person,
loves Illinois.
is talking all this, yo, I'm gonna move here. They got cheese in Wisconsin and all this shit. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like,
Cheese in Wisconsin. Shut the fuck
like,
Don't
what are
out
you-
Johnny like that. He was just saying like, I fuck with Illinois. It's a nice spot to be. Like I'm like, okay.
We don't have Toga here. That's the guy with the.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is
we
the
don't
guy
have
with the
Toga
Evo.
here.
yeah, where are you gonna fucking drive, Johnny? Come on, bro.
I'm just gonna be a cowboy.
I'm just gonna be a highway racer.
Yeah.
That's literally what he would say.
I just think it's funny, dude. The simulation's really been simming pretty hard. Here.
Why? Because
We were standing in the middle of the not middle, but we were on the side of the road, and there's an abandoned car dealership there. Nothing's sitting in there, but I can see a roof line of a Toyota Sequoia.
okay,
So I'm sitting there, right, and we
we
see
almost
that,
made it through a whole episode.
and we see that, and we see that. Okay, hold on, and we see that, and to make Johnny happy, the aliens let a Evo 10 drive by. No other Evo 10 this entire
You and
trip.
Johnny were there.
We're standing here and I'm looking at this abandoned dealership and there's a Sequoia there behind a Jersey barrier. Like it's just the top. And I saw it and I seen the roof wing. I'm like, that's a roof line of a Toyota Sequoia right there.
Oh my god.
Johnny, like, let's walk over there, check it out. And then as we're chilling there, Evo 10, I hear it, like that sound. Johnny immediately, yo, like
That was crazy.
drives by. I'm like, dude, that was really weird. Like
Another one was Damon's podcast we were doing, and he starts talking about his sister. He's like, yeah, she got into a car accident or something, and then
Oh.
you literally, as he's saying that, get a text that his sister got into a car accident.
Oh my god.
It was really scary.
She
That
okay?
was really
yeah,
weird.
yeah, it was a little fender bender, but I know she just kind of started driving around, and I was like, I just wanted to like text her and let her know.
He's like, yeah, I got to take a phone call about my sister getting in a car accident. We're all like, what? Like that just happened.
yeah, it was really freaky.
Last one was express your feelings on less is more for these chassis.
Yeah, less is more, especially in today's like day and age. Everyone's just trying to throw everything at it. Any little doodad, just because you
Yeah.
can doesn't mean you should.
Oh my
There's
God.
so much
Doodad,
There's
Mike.
like so much stuff to like buy for these cars. Like and people are making all these little like the mirror things for
Yeah.
the Ganadors, and
That's
it's like
actually-
you don't have to buy
I
all
love
that stuff.
I love that dude, but that was my first thought too when you said
It's there's
doodads
so
and
much
shit.
like all these canards and
Yeah.
everything that are people are putting on cars is just it
Yeah.
just becomes too much.
I mean, that's like a thing we see in general. Remember, I always tell you, I'm like, yeah, just stick whatever you can on the fucking car. Like, if we always just see cars that have
it's
way
just-
too much shit on
It's
them.
too much. Was it like the BCL wing that started that? I don't even know where.
Wow,
this,
that's a good theory.
What the heck?
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
didn't even.
Yeah.
No, it was a 326 Power Wing.
Oh, God.
And then the little
Yeah.
gurney flaps that you put on the
No,
wing.
don't make fun
Yeah.
of those.
Yeah.
I love
like
gurney
that shit,
flaps.
don't you?
I love gurney flaps.
'Cause you're a racer, bro.
Probably because Josh had one on his fucking Type X wing. Or
Oh, did he?
something.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
That's probably why I like them. But
I think that the word doodad
Doodad's
just
good.
just
Yeah.
kind of encompassed all of those little products because that is kind of what I think of. But here's an example. Sometimes it's necessary because that's you committing fully to that style, right? Because Lee's car has about 19
Doodads.
different
Yes.
doodads on
Yeah.
it. And I normally don't like that. Like, I agree with you. But on there, that's you committing fully and it looks sick. It looks
Yeah.
like it's ready to fight
at the
somebody.
end of the day, it's all about execution.
And that's how his cars have always like been too, kind of.
It's
Yeah.
committed.
Yeah.
Fully
even his,
in.
even his Supra was like that. With
Yeah.
Like kind of aero and stuff.
And he makes it work. We were talking about it there. Like, we were like, dude, that's my favorite Proceed car right now. Which I never thought I would say. But that one is my favorite one right now.
This new iteration's crazy.
Yeah, it looks everything fits it. You know, it's perfect.
The modern day.
And the thing is, another problem I have with people doing all that stuff is that they do all that stuff for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And then it's like comes off like fucking a month later.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, what was even the point? Like, clearly you didn't like it or whatever. It's like, what is the point of all this?
And not specifically.
It doesn't age well,
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
you know?
Not specifically drifting, but even I'm thinking regular customers that come in with just random shit on their car. Like,
Okay.
like, yeah, I got this. Oh, I got this wing. I got this. I'm like, dude, you don't need that. Like the car looks good the way it is. Like just lower it, put wheels on it, this and that.
I'm just picturing the guy.
Subaru people, we're
Guy
like,
or
oh,
girl,
I need the
yeah.
splitters.
No,
in
no,
the
no,
wing.
it's not.
Yeah.
Bro, it's not.
Like-
It's not Subaru people.
Uh-oh.
It is 2014 Honda Accord people.
I'm sure it is
With the vortex generator,
Yeah. All that.
the carbon fiber wing that or mirror covers that make it look like the M mirror.
yeah. That's
the,
a good example.
The
That's so
Batmobile
specific.
wing, the lips on the bottom.
yeah. Yeah, it's
But
too much.
What I do is like I look at that and I'm like, will that fit my car? Like, because
Yeah.
I like taking stuff from other cars and then like mixing them. That's just like mixing a bunch of other stuff.
When you look at Mike's car, it's like if you had this car out on the road and you looked at it, you're like, oh wow, let me study this car real quick. You'd see OEM fenders, OEM rear quarters, OEM wing, technically.
Yeah.
Everything's factory, but it's lowered, it's on wheels, and it's got a body kit. And
That's
it's
how I like cars.
and mirrors, and that's it. And it's like the car's perfect. Why? Because it's painted one color.
I like that
Everything
the
looks
vinyl,
right.
the vinyl tune hasn't hit this.
I know. Are
So
you,
I
are
look,
you
I'm
done
looking
with
at
that
that
right now?
but,
or
but
are you-
it did have it at one point, like a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's some stickers on the hood. I've
That's-
thought about it.
Yeah. It's always
We'll
like
see.
No, Mike.
The
But when
car-
you do it, it's not going to be.
crazy.
It's going to be what we like. I know it.
It'll
It's
be,
always been.
yeah, I have it planned out if I do it. But again, it's like how long I drive the car regular. I go to fucking Whole Foods in this thing. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
drive it on the street like regularly. Like,
but like at the same time,
so
He said that with
this
go to
car,
fucking Whole Foods.
this
with
car in the color it is, it's already crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you had subtle vinyl on it, I don't think it's gonna really
true.
change the craziness level. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or the secondhand embarrassment. You know, driving around
Yeah.
and your grandma's seeing it or something.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want it
get
to
what
be
you're saying.
appealing to like regular people in a way
Yeah.
also. Because
Yeah.
I want them, I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I also like pissing people off, regular people.
Yeah.
Because like, what the fuck is this loud thing with
Yeah.
stickers on the windshield? And
Dude, I missed that part of drifting when it was counterculture.
oh yeah,
Now it's like
Yeah.
not.
it,
Well, now I
it
feel like they're
still is
trying
a little
too hard
bit,
to be
but yeah.
counterculture now.
Oh
Sometimes,
yeah,
like
it's too much.
Jake pulled his wallet out the other day
Oh
and
no,
had a fucking chain attached to it. I was like, dude.
Gen Z is getting crazy.
Like a Harley?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Gen Z is doing crazy
That's
shit.
kind of an East Coast. I guess that's like shit's kind of big out there, right? Like Harley and hot rod culture.
yes,
is like kinda
yes,
in like-
but we don't see too many chain wallets. I would say.
Oh,
I would
okay.
need. I think I need
Engineer
one.
boots are next for
yeah.
him.
Oh yeah, probably. I do.
Is that what those are?
Nah, these are just.
I do
I was gonna say,
appreciate
those look comfortable. Like
They
I
are.
like
That's why
those.
I never thought I'd wear these so much, but they're comfortable.
Yeah.
I do want to say before we're done with this, I miss your black hood. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I mean, I miss carbon fibered hoods, but yours was just black, right?
It was carbon.
It was carbon.
It was raw
Okay.
carbon, and it was such nice quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss carbon fiber hoods on
Yeah.
cars. Like I think that's cool. It can be cool at
Yeah.
least. On this car, for example, it would be awesome as well. But this hood is so good paint matched.
I had it for so long like that. That was like one of those things.
Yeah.
So I was like, what can I do to switch the car up a little
Yeah.
bit more? And it was just paint the hood.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, that was like one thing.
All right, we're pretty much.
All right.
I wanted to say thank you.
Oh
one
yeah,
more
of
time.
course. Yeah.
Thank
Dude,
you guys.
We took over your little space here.
We could keep going. It's just
And-
we know we have final battle.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We're on. I don't even know what time it is. I could care less, to be
We're
honest.
2 hours. We're trying to do 2 hours and then
We're at
boom.
2 hours already?
Yep.
Oh my
I thought we were at 1.5, 1. But
No, we're
this,
pretty much at
this
2.
has been so, Mike, and thank you, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
dude, that
don't
was
think we're
cool.
gonna get up and I'm not gonna hug you, dude.
I'm
But
glad.
that's.
You're going to squeeze the pee out of me, dude. I got to pee so bad.
But thank you so much. All right, this has been another episode. Stay tuned. We got more for you. We're not done. We're
sure you check out-
Lockingtoned in, bro.
Lockington.
We
in.
really are Lockington right now.
Make sure you check out 224 period racing on Instagram.
Dude, they already follow him.
Yeah, well, if you don't, make sure you check them out. And definitely check out Gleam, Team Gleam
Yeah.
from the Chicago area. This team is the epitome of stylish drifting to me.
I can't unhear it.
I love it.
Grandmas love everything about me.
See you on the next one.
it, dude.
Later.
See ya.
Bye. All right, guys. Well, that concludes our Mike Jones podcast. As I said in the intro, there's just not enough words to describe how thankful we are for Mike Jones and the love that his family gave us on this trip. So after our podcast, Mike decided, hey, I'm just going to follow you guys like a half hour out of my way, and you can drive my S14 to see how the TD06 feels. And I was like, you really don't need to do all that. And he's like, no, you're going to drive. I'm like, okay. So he let me drive his car for like 20 minutes up the road, and I just had a blast. It was a really good time. I got to feel what a TD06 feels like. So that's the turbo that's going in my car. So I got to, see how awesome it was in all of its turbo lag glory. So yeah, it was a fun time. Carl got amazing gifts. I got a keychain, a pivot knob keychain that was made by Mike Jones's good friend. So it was just crazy podcast. I'm very thankful we were able to do this. I hope to talk to Mike again on our next Final Bout trip. There's just never enough time. So hopefully Mike can make his way out here at some point. Maybe all the Gleam guys can come out here and do a little drift day at Raceway Park, because that would be amazing. But yeah, one of my favorite podcasts.